daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
Most jobs can be delivered in just a couple of hours. Need a new roof or roof repair in West Virginia? Call Modern Renovations. Whether it's a brand new roof or just a repair, West Virginia homeowners trust the experts at Modern Renovations for roofing. Call to schedule your free estimate, 304-564-6317. Receive free gutters with a roofing project if you call now. Call 304-564-6317, 304-564-6317, or visit mymodernrenovations.com.
One side on Michael Jordan, and no one wants to give the other side praise. So I'll commend Mike for at least acknowledging, right, the obvious, that LeBron James is one of the greatest players of all time. But this will be a blemish. It does not change LeBron James being great. We all know that. LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players as well, to ever lace him up. But when you get into tiebreakers, this will always be something that the Jordan fan will have. When you had to be a top 10 team, you couldn't even be a top 10 team. And it wasn't as if LeBron played a bad year. He had a great season. But he is in charge of the construction of that roster. And there's going to be two warts. And they're not big warts, right? You have LeBron, you see a beautiful basketball player. But there are two little warts on that resume. Because no one can be perfect. He's pretty damn close to perfect. But the two warts on that resume is the NBA Finals performance against Dallas, which he redeemed himself now by winning 4 championships. And then this year, failing to even qualify to be a top 10 team. When all you had to do was get, 35 wins. All you had to do,
Finding the right home can be a tough decision, but finding the right lender doesn't have to be. With 32 years of experience, the Mortgage Center knows how to find the right loan for you that requires little or no money down. The Mortgage Center's mobile-friendly website makes the application process quick and stress-free. And as always, you'll want to get pre-approved before you contact any real estate agent or builder. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing, call the Mortgage Center at 304-267-9040 or visit mortgagefinancing.com today.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda of Winchester, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Modern Realty Results, Kent Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and the Skinner Law Firm.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Colin McLaughlin here tonight for Martinsburg and Washington, an EPAC battle at P.O. Faulkner Park, and two teams coming off of a loss. Washington losing to Musselman last night to enter this contest at 6-2. Martinsburg losing 3-1 to Jefferson, and they're heading into this game 11-3. And guys, should be another close EPAC game like we had last night, and a Washington team that had a little bit of an upset, still the number 7 ranked team in the state, but coming off of that loss, they definitely want to prove that they deserve that ranking and get a win tonight.
Yeah, speaking to some of the players down there pregame, you talked about it being a little rusty. You seen their record, 6-2, you say, against 11-3. So had a lot of days off between games, and once you get the season going, once you get through some of your first and thirds and situations and different things like that, you want to start playing, and you want to play, each day. Reps in the gym, things like that during rain just are hard to get game-like situations. So we're seeing a team that did get some reps last night with Washington. So I think they will come out swinging the bat and be hungry. You got two of the best, Martinsburg with Edwards and Paulson last year and this year being their kind of 1-1, and you got Stottlemyre and Reed on the other side, kind of 1-1. So Edwards is out a little bit, plus he's pitched out, but you're going to see some of the best pitching that these two teams have tonight.
Yeah, Braden Stottlemyre will get the start tonight for Washington. And for Martinsburg, it will be Joe Paulson coming off of an injury. But based on what we've seen in the past, this should be another low-scoring game with those two guys on the mound. And it's good for Martinsburg to have Paulson back tonight, even though they won't have Edwards, so they won't be able to go to him late in the game for maybe a save situation. Morris has pitched the last two games, so you're starting to get a little bit into the pitching depth of your Martinsburg, but hopefully you can get a good outing out of Joe Paulson. And he says he's healthy, and Coach Byler believes he's healthy, and if he can go deep into this game, that will help the Bulldogs tonight.
Yeah, he got starting right field last night. Seen him in warm-ups, making some, taking some long toss there. Spoke to him myself. He said he felt great, got stretched out there. He had a little tightness there early. The weather maybe a factor tonight. Should be good for the pitchers to get warmed up in the 70s. So, they should get lathered up pretty well and throw. Talking about the pitching staff and the depth of Martinsburg, with Michael Lupus out with some flu-like symptoms, he was probably maybe their next guy to go to after Paulson tonight. So they're going to look a little deeper, into their pitching staff should that, happen with, DJ Triggs, who's usually a starter but may have to come in and relieve tonight. Morris, like you say, has thrown a couple nights in a row, so Jacob Zittel also possibly available. So, Martinsburg on a little bit of a stretch here, and a couple of guys hurt. We're going to see their depth and next man up.
And when you talk about Braden Stottlemyre, what does he kind of bring to the table for this Washington team?
Well, Braden is he's a great pitcher last year. He threw two unbelievable games in sectionals last year, and won a game against Jefferson. Took a hard luck loss after getting the lead in Game 3 of the sectionals. Could have been the regional champ. He kind of put the team on his back last year. Colin Reed and Schmedick, those guys were pitching mid-year. Both got kind of hurt, and so he had to go on short start. But real healthy this year. It's been a while since he's pitched, throwing well. I think he went up to Hampshire and struck out just about everybody in a no-hitter. So three pitcher, he throws three pitches really well: fastball, curveball. He even has a slider, and he certainly has an off-speed changeup. So he'll have to see what he's feeling tonight. But committed to go to Shepherd to pitch there. So a lot of talent there, a lot of talent.
All right, this is the Cody's Body Shop countdown to first pitch. Cody's Body Shop is located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. We'll take a 3-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from the team's head coaches. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire? Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. I ask for your support and your vote in the May 10th Republican primary.
Paid for by friends of Jason Barrett.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your four-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. We'll now get into our coaches' interviews. We'll start with the head coach of the Washington Patriots, J.T. DeSarno, followed by head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Aaron Byler. Now joined by head coach of the Washington Patriots, J.T. DeSarno. Coach coming off of a tough loss to Musselman last night. Have to bounce back with another EPAC game. What did you guys kind of take away from that one as after getting that top 10 ranking, you get upset a little bit?
Yeah, you know, we ran into a kid from Musselman that threw the ball well last night, and we just couldn't find the hits when we needed to. So, you know, ultimately they beat us with good pitching, and, you know, you're going to run into that from time to time. So we just got to bounce back, put it in the rearview mirror, and continue to move forward.
And it shows this year, too, the strength of the league overall. I mean, Musselman's a team that's been competitive with a lot of different teams, and you know Martinsburg will be tough, Edgesville, Jefferson every year, and now you guys have emerged as one of those teams as well. So how do you think playing in tight games throughout EPAC and non-conference play can help your team going down the stretch here to get better against some of that better pitching that you're going to face in this conference?
Sure. You know, I think this year especially, even the bottom team, so to speak, is still more than capable of doing something special towards the end of the season. Every single one of these teams, whoever does end up coming out of it, is going to know that they earned it. You know, there's tough competition right here, and it'll prepare all of us for, you know, the playoffs.
What do you like so far out of your team? What do you think are some of the strengths, and what are some things you still need to work on as you get into sectional and regional play?
I would like to see us kind of play more of our game overall. You know, we had a big win against Jefferson, and we haven't really done all the little things, even in our other wins since then, that I would like to see, you know, maybe gain a little more focus and, you know, kind of play our ball and with that, we would more than likely come out ahead. Even with a game like yesterday, we just struggled. We didn't have the energy that we needed to be successful. So we'll take what we can from a loss and keep moving forward.
So you go on the road today to play Martinsburg, who's also coming off of a loss last night to Jefferson, a tough one for them as well. What have you seen out of this Martinsburg team so far, and what are you going to need to do tonight to get the win?
They're a very talented group from top to bottom. Their record speaks for itself. They have 2 very close losses to Jefferson. And, I think when you look at Martinsburg, they're right there with anybody that's ready to compete in this area, if not the entire state. So I look for a really good competitive game tonight, and it's almost tough to believe. You probably wouldn't believe it if somebody told you that one of these 2 teams is going to end up going on a losing streak after tonight.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Sure thing. Appreciate it.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar & Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar & Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Aaron Byler. Coach, tough loss to Jefferson last night, 3-1. Not what you wanted, obviously, but did get a good start out of Carson Buber to give you guys a chance, but the offense wasn't really there for you.
Yeah, I don't think you can ask much more out of Carson. That's a big spot for a sophomore to come into, and I thought he pitched well enough to win. And there's not much that you second guess in that game. We kind of just didn't get some key hits and some big opportunities.
And it's a tough turnaround for you against a Washington team who also lost last night, so they're going to be ready to play. What kind of stands out to you about Washington so far this year?
Well, I think Washington's very good. I think 1 through 4, they probably have 4 of the best hitters in the region. They're throwing Stoudemire tonight. They also have Colin Reed available. Kind of makes you wonder why one of them didn't pitch last night, but that's not for me to judge. So we're gonna have to have our A game tonight if we want to compete.
And Joe Paulson on the mound for you guys tonight, and you get Joe back after a little bit of an injury. How's he feeling, and what are you kind of expecting out of him tonight?
He says he feels great. I'm hoping for great results out of him. We're kind of looking for the Joe of old, kind of the Joe of last year that, started some big games for us. He's a senior. He'll handle it well. We expect him to go out there and compete.
And anything you looking from the team to do better tonight that you didn't do last night or just in some of the losses you've had this year?
Well, I think overall tonight we're without Michael Lupus, who's home sick, so we're thinking of you, Mike. And we also don't have Caleb Edwards in the lineup tonight, who's out with a hamstring injury. So we're looking for guys that are in the lineup tonight, guys that haven't got a lot of at-bats to produce tonight, and they're going to have to do that if we want to be competitive tonight with a very good Washington team.
And not having those 2 guys in the lineup, you'll have to really see what you have on the bench. How do you get those guys ready to step up?
Well, I think they just have to be prepared. I think they've worked hard in practice every day to be ready, and this is kind of their opportunity to prove what they got.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, those were our coaches' interviews brought to you by Laddie's Bar & Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you're looking for some fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5233. We will take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll continue to break down this matchup and get you the EPAC baseball roundup. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardy. I am asking you to re-elect John Hardy to the West Virginia House. John is my husband of 24 years and an amazing dad to our daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Are you at risk for a heart attack or stroke? WVU Medicine would like to remind you it's important to recognize the signs and symptoms so you can seek medical attention fast. The acronym FAST stands for F, face drooping, A, arm weakness, S, speech difficulty, and T, time to call 911. If you are having a stroke, get medical attention right away. Immediate treatment may decrease the risk of disability and prevent death. This important message is brought to you by WVU Medicine.
We welcome you back to Martinsburg at P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzley, Trip Tobin's, Colin McLaughlin here on the broadcast. Spencer Dupuis, John Allerton on camera. And back in the studio is Avery Newport. We'll now get into our EPAC Baseball Roundup, brought to you by Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Over 120 years combined experience as accident, injury, and disability lawyers. Go to burkeandschultz.com or call them at 304-263-0900. We play hardball, and we take a look around the EPAC tonight. Jefferson is in action against Hedgesville. Currently, the Cougars hold a 4-0 lead in that ball game. Other games going on tonight. Musselman is to take on Berkeley Springs at 7 p.m., and Spring Mills is taking on Hampshire at 7 as well. And, of course, our game right here between Martinsburg and Washington. So that is the EPAC Baseball Roundup. And, Colin, let's go to you for tonight's weather.
Thanks, Nick. It is a beautiful day here at P.O. Faulkner Park at Martinsburg, West Virginia. 75 degrees right now. And going throughout the rest of the evening, it looks like it will only drop to the high 60s. Beautiful blue skies. It's a great day to play baseball.
Yeah, it really is. And the weather is brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. Teams kind of go over a few things, continue to get the field going. So before getting into the starting lineups, let's go ahead and go to the Trip's thoughts of the game. What do you got tonight, Trip?
A couple of things. I mean, the thought that gets me is that we're going to have someone on a losing streak here tonight. These two teams were played uncharacteristic last night, didn't score a lot of runs. You know, which team are we going to see here tonight? Is Martinsburg explosive offense going to show up, or Washington's explosive offense going to show up, or, you know, one or the other? I'm not sure. But certainly it's one of these two teams are going to be on a two-game skid here. And, you know, it's a tough situation when you play, you know, a couple EPAC games in a week. And, you know, as you see the 1, 5, and 7 in the state the last two nights, you know, out of the 6 EPAC teams. So, you know, and the other teams play you so tough every night that you play them. So, you know, having back-to-back EPAC games for both of these teams is going to be a tough assessment, but, you know, a tough assignment, excuse me. But, yeah, someone's going to be on a losing streak tonight on one of these two teams, and we didn't think we would really probably see that out of these two teams this year, you know, back-to-back losses.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a schedule like both these teams do in the EPAC, like you said, any given night a team could knock off the other, and especially Martinsburg right now playing Hedgesville on Friday, Jefferson yesterday, and Washington today. That's two top 10 teams, and then, of course, Spring Mills on Friday. But two top 10 teams in a program that's known for baseball in Hedgesville. That's pretty tough stretch. And you look back at last night's game for Washington, a 5-3 loss to the Musselman-Appleman. The team getting better each and every night. Stevens goes 5 2/3 for Musselman. Just 3 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts. And Washington as a team sent Sedlock out there. He goes 6 innings, 4 earned. But just a tough loss for them.
Yeah, I mean, Steve, he's not here tonight. Of course, they're playing, I believe, Berkeley Springs. But, we don't get a lot of their games, and we don't see a lot on Game Changer, because they kind of sync it after the game. But Stevens, when you look at his numbers and you've seen his, past couple outings, is just phenomenal what he's able to do there. They have the Myers kid, Jason Myers, who up there is going to be, is another great pitcher. So, I mean, they can really do some damage in the sectionals and sneak in there. They have the depth to do that. Martinsburg tonight's going to have to find some depth with some injuries. And Washington's got their depth is getting deeper as they have what appears Bradley Smetty coming off of the IR. And also it looks like they have Potar's coming off the hour, so they got guys coming off the injury reserve. Martinsburg got guys going on the injury reserve tonight, so that's part of the season, part of high school.
All right, Tripp, let's get to the starting lineups brought to you by Tripp's Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Tripp's Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at trippsfloorsanding.com. Go ahead and start with the visitors, Washington, and then move over to Martinsburg.
All right, so for Washington tonight, leading off and doing the pitching, number 2, Braden Stoudemire. Batting second, playing third base, number 21, Zach Wick. Playing left field, batting third, number 7, Cam Moore. Your cleanup hitter for Washington tonight, playing first base, number 14, Colin Reed. Center fielder, batting in the 5 hole, Kobe Smith, number 17. In the 6 hole, your right fielder, Ryan McCarthy, number 9. The 7 hole, you got the second baseman, number 8, Brandon Kerr. Doing the catching tonight and batting 8th, number 4, Ty Broughton. And DHing tonight, batting 9th, number 3, Brandon Dunbar. And he is DHing for the shortstop tonight, number 1, Josh McCarthy. On the other side, the other line, dugout, we've got leading off again tonight, playing shortstop, number 3, Hudson Clement for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. And playing left field, number 4, batting second, Landon Sifford. In the 3 hole, you've got your first base, number 14, Isaiah Morris. In the 4 spot tonight, moving up a spot, number 5, Carson Buber, playing second base. Jordan Canby moving up from the 9 hole tonight, batting 5th, number 7, and playing in center field. Doing the catching tonight, batting 6th, number 8, Matthew Osanovich. Doing the pitching tonight, hitting for himself, number 32, Joe Paulson. We have Jake Zittel, number 18, DHing for your third baseman, Braden Oviedo, and batting 9th. And playing right field, number 6, Logan Wilt. So Martinsburg has a little different look tonight with a few injuries, and Michael Lupus sick, as we heard in the pregame. So, we're going to see what Logan Wilt can do out there tonight. Jake Zittel back in the lineup, DHing. Freshman on third base, and then Joe Paulson pitching and hitting for himself for the first time.
Yeah, not a ideal situation for Martinsburg with the injuries. We'll see if they can overcome that tonight against a Washington team coming off of a tough loss to Musselman. We'll take our final 3-minute break here on the Cody's Body Shop pregame show. When we come back, we'll have first pitch. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We're accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor.
We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with one-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
Play ball! The pregame is over, and we're ready for today's opening pitch and the play-by-play. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Cody's Auto Body, Laddie's Bar and Grill, Trips Flooring, The Mortgage Center, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, the Heffley Motor Company, the Palace Lounge, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Milestone Realty, and by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers.
So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Kyle McLaughlin here as we get you set for Martinsburg and Washington. On the mound tonight for the Bulldogs will be Joe Paulson. And his defense behind him, Asanovich behind the plate. Third base is Oviedo. Clement at shortstop. Buber at second base. Morris at first base. And then Sifford, Canby, Wilt left to right in the outfield. The Bulldogs coming out in the all-white home uniforms with the orange numbers and orange hat with the black brim. And then Washington with the navy blue uniforms, red numbers, white outline on the numbers, and red letters across the chest. Stoudemire will lead things off for Washington, the pitcher tonight.
Finally got that shadow on the field we've been looking for all spring. All we've seen is overcast days.
A beautiful day for baseball. .417 average on the year for Stoudemire coming in. And he takes the first pitch for a ball.
And does most of these leadoff guys here in the EPAC. Lots of speed, lots of baseball IQ out there on the bases, so he can create problems for a defense should he get on.
Takes the next pitch in there for strike one, 1-1 count.
Interesting to see how Paulson does his last outing up there at Morgantown. He got beat around a good bit in the first inning. Certainly didn't have his best stuff. Arm sore.
1-1 misses high for ball two.
With Edwards with the hamstring issue at the moment, and Lupus out not feeling well. Hoping that Paulson's arm is 100% like he said.
That one hit into right field, will get down for a base hit. Wilt gets to it to hold him to just a single, but it's a leadoff single for Stoudemire to get this offense going for Washington early on.
Yeah, he stayed back on that pitch. The first strike that Paulson got was on the outside corner. He went back out there after the ball that came in and up, and then Stoudemire just stayed back, got it to the green, did a great job in the leadoff spot there.
This is a dangerous top four, like Coach Byler pointed out. Stoudemire .417, Wick .364. That one in there for strike one. Moore .481 and Reed .469. The rest of the lineup: Smith, McCarthy, Kerr, Brogdon, Dunbar, and McCarthy again, or his brother. But those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to call if your flooring needs. Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Throw over, not in time as the base runner dives back in safely. 1-1 count, no score. Things just getting started between Martinsburg and Washington here at P.O. Faulkner Park. Top of the first inning.
Hits didn't come in big numbers yesterday for Washington, so getting that first leadoff hit, hitting can be contagious.
Steinmeier takes off, could be dangerous as he has to trail back, hit into center field. Camby is under it, and Steinmeier will get back to the bag in time.
Little hit and run there, or straight steal in green light with for Wick there at the 1-1 count, I believe. So Braden Stoudemire found the ball in the air, did a nice job stopping, retreating, and keeping an eye on that pitch there, or batted ball, excuse me.
So I'll bring Moore to the plate. Cameron Moore, the junior.
Lefty. Moore's holding. Boober's pushed back, not really in double play depth because of the lefty and the power there. Can't quite sneak up a step or two. It's going to leave too big of a hole. 305 down the line, reachable, of course, for him. And looks like Wilt's not too far from the warning track.
That pitch inside for ball 2. So 2-0 count here on Moore with the runner on first base. 1 out in the inning. No score between Martinsburg and Washington. Next pitch from Paulson, hit on the ground. Going to be tough for Morse. He can't get there. Steinermeyer rounding second. Wilt's throw is not in time. On the throw, trying to take second is Moore, and he is gunned down by the third baseman, Oviato. A nice play there, stepping in for Michael Lupus to make that throw down to second to get the out.
That was a great play. I mean, it was even a good read by Moore. Just a great baseball play all around. When Logan Wilt came up with the ground ball there and sent it over the cutoff. Man, Moore read it, took off, but Oviedo, knowing no shot at Braden Stoudemire, he just stepped up, took that throw with momentum going back to the base and threw. Bang, bang, play to second. We see an intentional walk now with 2 outs to Colin Reed to set up the first and third with 2 outs. So the Bulldogs opting to go after Kobe Smith here with the first and third 2-out situation. Not going to give Reed the chance to get that RBI.
Runners on the corners. First pitch from Paulson in there on the outside corner for strike 1. Smith on the year, still a dangerous hitter. 323 this season, 382 on base percentage, 419 slugger. Smith takes that one inside and hit him. So he'll reach base safely. Now the bases are loaded for Washington with 2 outs.
It'll be interesting to see what Martinsburg can do here tonight. Yesterday in the top of the first, they allowed to run to come home there against Jefferson. You don't want that to be the case here against Washington. Saw Washington whenever they took on Jefferson and got that win. They struck first, and they like being the aggressors.
A good bat coming to the plate in McCarthy. It's just his 8th game of the season. He takes that one for a strike, but batting .542 on the season.
Strike zone a little different than last night, giving the pitch up a little bit here tonight.
Bases loaded, and that pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. No score between Martinsburg and Washington, but the Patriots had the bases loaded.
Get a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Stoudemire, 2 outs. On third base, looks like you're going to get someone.
Why'd you wait, though?
Well,
he's got good speed, and you probably didn't expect him to still be on third, maybe.
Bradley Smetic, courtesy running for the pitcher.
So that runner is courtesy of Jason Barrett for State Senate, conservative fighter for Jefferson and Berkeley counties, and that one in there for a strike number 2.
Big change up there. Ball didn't move a lot, just had a very good change of speed there from Paulson.
1-2 away. Pitch to McCarthy. Got him looking for strike 3. Paulson leaves the bases loaded for Washington. We'll head to the bottom of the third. No score between Martinsburg and Washington. We're back in 60 seconds. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzley, Trip Tobin, Colin McLaughlin here on the broadcast. Spencer Dubuis along with John Allerton on camera tonight. And back in the studio is Avery Newport. No score between Martinsburg and Washington as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Bulldog lineup. Hudson Clement leads things off, followed by Landon Sifford, Isaiah Morris, Carson Buber, Jordan Camby, Matt Asanovich, Joe Paulson, Jake Zittel. Oviedo is playing third base, but Zittel will DH for him, and Wilt rounds out the lineup in left field. That is your starting lineup, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. And Stoudemire will be on the mound for Washington tonight. The defense all around him. Brogdon behind the plate. Wick at third. McCarthy at short. Kerr at second. Reed at first. And Moore, Smith, McCarthy from left to right in the outfield. First pitch to Hudson Clement is in there for strike one.
Top of the first, Washington gets 4 base runners but doesn't score a run. 2 hits and 2 walks.
Clement lifts this one out toward left field. On the run is Moore, and he'll get to it for out number 1 on the second.
He'll win tonight. Flags are laying low. And see that new top of the fence protector put out there that the maintenance staff around here did. I think Vic Lupus in charge of that. The top out there, the safety piece out there, looking good.
So Landon Sifford will come to the plate. Sifford hitting .306 this season, takes the first pitch for strike one. Next pitch from Stoudemire is in there for strike two. Nice breaking ball. Sifford watched it, and it came across the plate. So an 0-2 count. Next pitch, fouled into the glove for strike three.
5 straight strikes.
Not a bad start.
Not bad at all. That's what you like to see. And now an opportunity to get Washington quickly back into the dugout to get up to bat if they can get another out here against Morris.
You see in that slider, he's yet to really take anything off there. Pitch, he just went fastball, slider. So his velocity is looking pretty good.
Morris takes the first ball of the evening as that pitch misses outside for ball one. Isaiah Morris, a .324 hitter on the season for the Bulldogs. Next pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch low for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So Broughton's definitely calling the game from behind the plate, and Stoudemire's shaking any pitch he doesn't like.
Nice one, and froze Morris for strike two. 1-2 count.
There's the actual curveball. Kind of come around the right-hand batter's box, dropped in for a strike.
The 1-2, a chopper foul.
Same pitch, just brought it, started it at the plate and brought it in. That kind of saws off the handle, ends up on the instep.
Carson Buber in the on-deck circle. He had 2 hits last night for Martinsburg. Morris awaiting the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Down goes Morris. We'll head to the top of the second. No score between Martinsburg and Washington. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
100% sure.
5 seconds. We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. No score between Martinsburg and Washington as we begin this top of the second inning. Kerr to lead things off, and you'd think if the 7-hole hitter was leading off the inning, Washington would have at least one run, but a big throw from Oviedo to third from second kind of put a dent in any Washington rally, as that one's in there for strike one.
The trick of that play was Oviedo knowing he didn't have a play at third and coming to meet the baseball towards second base, cutting it off and shortening that throw back to second to get Moore. If that throw goes through to third, Moore's in there safely, easily.
So
Kerr with his 1-1 count here as Paulson sits. Two balls and a strike after that. Was a little low on the outside. Seeing Keith Allison extend the strike zone a little bit from our vantage point, maybe just, off the black. Last night, a little bit tighter strike zone at times, it seemed like. Again, we're up here and we're directly behind it, but seeing up and down and that type of thing's a lot tougher for us than someone who has their head straight over top the catcher's shoulder there.
Kerr draws a walk to lead off the inning. Something you never want. And we'll head to the number 8 hitter in the lineup.
2 walks and a hit batter for Paulson with a couple hits. So we've had 5 of the 8 batters, 5 of the 7 has reached base.
Ty Brodden at the plate now. He'll take that first pitch for ball 1. It's a 1-0 count.
At least momentarily, 5 of the 7 have, until Moore got thrown out second.
Yeah. Kerr at first base. No score between Martinsburg and Washington. The pitch to Brodden is on the outside corner for strike 1. Joe Paulson on the mound for the Martinsburg Bulldogs.
You see Washington giving some signals. They got that belt, sort of like the arm wrist.
Throw over, not in time.
Nice job by Paulson. A lot of times after a signal like that, they're yelling out numbers as signals. You see the pitcher, or the player, and the 2 players involved here. The first, Kerr at first, and Broughton looking down at those numbers. Martinsburg maybe expecting to bunt here, hit and run. Paulson
another throw over, not in time.
Paulson does that, see if he can get, Broughton to show his cards here, maybe to square. Oviedo's not up for the bunt at the moment. Kind of even with the bag.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting, but Broughton's back in the box too. So.
And Broughton does square to bunt. Pitch out kind of there, and a throw down to first, and Asanovich nearly got him.
Yeah, if the throw's down, he's got him. Martinsburg pitched out. Now we know why Oviedo was back a little bit. They knew he wasn't going to bunt. Martinsburg read it, pitched out, had Kerr on the run, and Asanovich's throw was just up, forcing Morris to jump and then come down and make the tag.
9 times out of 10 when your first baseman has to jump, he's not making the out.
Again, another kind of looked like low and outside pitch, but ruled a strike from the home plate umpire. So 2 strikes here on Broughton. Runner takes off. The throw down from Asanovich is almost into left field based on way behind Hudson Clement, but Canby is there to back it up in left center.
Yeah. See Broughton, he's the catcher, talking to Asanovich, who's the catcher, kind of saying, hey, I know how you feel there. Asanovich came up and threw it on the right, or the left infield, shortstop side of second base. I mean, just really missed his target there pretty bad.
So Kerr advances the second easily. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Joe Paulson getting his now second strikeout of the ball game. With a runner in scoring position, that's a good one with one away now in the inning. And Dunbar coming to the plate.
Your DH in the 9-hole.
Yeah, don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
Dunbar takes the first pitch for strike 1.
Dunbar worked really hard in the off-season down at the worked out a lot with Sam Walls Jr. down there, pitching and hitting. Put a lot of time in to winter hitting and actually throwing pitches for this team as well. Smaller in stature, but plays big, can play shortstop, can play second, can be plugged in. Here he is DHing tonight, so a big cog in this team.
That pitch misses outside for a ball.
Wasn't going to quite give him that one, but it actually hit the white on this box.
2-1 count. And Dunbar, while he's in the 9 spot, 267 on the year. Takes that pitch low for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. One away and a runner on second. No score between Washington and Martinsburg. Paulson steps back on the mound. Dunbar digs his way back in. Kerr takes his lead off second. Paulson looks back toward the bag. Kick steals, delivers, and misses high for ball 4. So runners on first and second for the Patriots. Just one out in the inning and back to the top of the order.
Mm-hmm. Intentional walk and intentional walk, 3 baseball balls, and a hit by pitch is not quite the way Paulson wanted to get through the lineup the first time. So we're coming back through the second time. Coach Kurt Zarnecki going out, talked to him, checking on him. He did have a arm injury. We know that, or at least a tightness in his shoulder. So certainly checking on that as well, and seeing how he feels. And you can see him kind of just talking pitcher catcher. It's just a sort of a checkup on him here, seeing how things are going this early in the game like this. Certainly, though, it's not his MO to have, to be wild and have that many walks. He's generally close to contact, is around the plate, and right now he just needs to find the zone here.
And again, a dangerous hitter at the plate, and Stottlemyre, he led the ball game off with a single, and a single here with good speed on the base pass will score probably the run if it's hit well. So that's a pitch in there for strike 1.
Paulson pitching a little backwards there. He got a curve ball, froze Stottlemyre. Good take, good pitch, but all around. 1 out, double play in effect here.
Next pitch to Stottlemyre is high and inside for ball 1. 1-1 count. Runners on first and second for the Washington Patriots. No score between Martinsburg and Washington, top of the second inning. Paulson delivers the 1-1. Nice pitch there. Got him out in front for strike 2.
Yeah, he come back with that curveball that Stottlemyre took for strike 1. And that time he took a hack at it.
See if he does it again.
The 1-2 pitch hit hard on the ground toward Oviedo. He struggles to get to it initially as it hit off his chest. Keeps it in the infield, but the bases are loaded for Washington. It looked like maybe him and Kerr collided a little bit down there at third.
I mean, Kerr went into third hard. That ball was hit. It was a hit and run. It was just hit really hard. Oviedo did a great job of knocking that ball down. Any time that you got men on first and second, the ball's hit at you at third base. Generally, all you got to do is knock it down. But they were on the run, moving on that pitch.
Might be a crucial mistake.
This one popped up, heading foul toward the first base dugout, and heads out of play.
Sanovich had a beat on it, got to the fence, tossed that helmet back out of his way, and ball just drifted out foul into the visiting crowd.
So they rule that last one a fielder's choice. Bases loaded. And pitch misses outside to Wick.
You know, most third basemen don't even, can't keep that ball in the infield. That freshman Oviedo did a tremendous job. That ball was hit hard and stayed down on the ground and never came up.
1-1 pitch, high for ball 2. So bases loaded for Wick. Flew out his first time.
Second time tonight, Washington had the bases loaded in 2 innings.
Paulson looks in to his catcher, Sanovich, delivers the pitch, in there for strike 2. So count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning, bases loaded for the Patriots. Can Paulson get out of it again?
Big strikeout here is what he needs to get out of it.
Runners take their leads. The pitch hit on the ground towards second. Only able to get 1. The runner will come in to score as Wick does his job with the sacrifice. Buber fires over to first for the out. So 2 outs now in the inning, but the Patriots take the early 1-0 lead on the ground ball from Wick.
You see I seen 2 out base runner here for Stottlemyre here as Bradley Smitty takes over at second base for him.
Runner courtesy of Jason Barrett for State Senate, a conservative fighter for Jefferson and Berkeley counties. First pitch missing for a ball from Paulson, 1-0 count. Here to Moore. Moore had a single but was thrown out at second base back in the first inning. Next pitch to him misses inside.
Moore has, his first base is open. And if you're thinking, hey, maybe put him on here, he is a dangerous hitter, great hitter, but he's got great protection behind him in number 14, Colin Reed, so they're going to have to go after Moore.
The guy they already intentionally walked in Reed. Next pitch to Moore, hit on the ground toward Buber. Buber throws to Morris for out number 3. So the Patriots strand 2, but do get 1 run across to take the early 1-0 lead. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Martinsburg coming to the plate. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. 1-0 Washington, bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Bulldogs, Carson Buber, Jordan Camby, and Matthew Asanovich. We were the 4-hitter tonight due to some injuries for Martinsburg and an illness for Michael Lupus. Normally the 5 guy right behind Caleb Edwards, but Edwards with a hamstring injury, so out tonight. Buber takes the first pitch for strike 1.
Going to give you that, a little bit off the outside plate. Stottlemyre's going to use that to his advantage there.
That pitch fouled away by Buber. 0-2 count on him.
Buber had a great night last night at the plate, as well as throwing, and a tremendous game against a great baseball team.
Stottlemyre's next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Carson Buber, the 3rd strikeout early on for the Washington Patriots.
Stottlemyre's cruising here, even after a bit of a long inning offensively.
Number 7, Jordan Camby. Jordan Camby now coming to the plate. Camby will take that curveball off his body and reach base safely. Give Martinsburg its first base runner of the ball game.
And speed.
Yeah.
That's one you don't really want to hit. If you're Martinsburg.
So Sanovich to the plate now for the Bulldogs. Canby on first. Stoudemire will have to be careful of him, and a first pitch strike.
Getting Stoudemire in the stretch here, see how he reacts to that. Sometimes just getting him out of the wind-up can help to throw him off a bit.
The 0-1 pitch hit into right field by Asanovich. That will get down for a base hit. Canby had to hesitate to see if McCarthy was going to make the play out there and right. If not, he might be on third base with his speed. If they want to test the arm. Joe Paulson coming to the plate.
Comes Groves in. Courtesy run for the catcher.
So two guys with good speed, and Paulson a chance to help himself out. 286 hitter on the season.
At first, when the ball Canby, when it broke on the bat, it looked like it was going to be a solid single. Then as it traveled, it continued to stay up, and Canby had to hold up to make sure that it wasn't going to be caught. Right fielder did a nice job keeping it front.
Paulson takes that first pitch for strike one.
If they're going to, if these pitchers are going to live on that outside corner, these right-handed hitters are going to have to let that ball get deep and drive it to that side like Asanovich did to be successful.
Back at the runner, Paulson takes that one again on that outside corner. A little extended there for strike two. Paulson digs back in. Runners on first and second for the Bulldogs. Stoudemire looks back. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Got Paulson on the outside. Breakaway pitch to strike out.
Started outside and broke farther outside. Good pitch there. Paulson undoubtedly can reach that pitch, so it's a good, two strike when you're heading to count pitch for a pitcher. It was a sort of a throwaway curveball, but close enough to have him take a look at it and take a swing at it.
2 outs, 2 on. Zittel to the plate, takes the first pitch low for ball one. Zittel hitting 125 this season, back in the lineup in the DH role. A guy that could really step up for this Martinsburg team with these injuries, and they're going to need him to at the plate, as he'll take that one high for a ball.
I think it's confidence. I really do. I see him taking reps around. You see him in BP, and I just think he's just confidence is something that's missing right now at the plate for him.
That one in there for a 2-0 strike to make the count 2 balls and 1 strike.
Certainly athletic. Certainly works on his craft. Just coming off a little bit of a slow start. He just needs a couple hits here and there to get him going, I believe.
The 2-1 pitch, nice breaking ball, froze him for strike 2.
Yeah, you could see him lean back, then lean back in, and it was too late then. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Canby out there at second.
Pitch to Zittel on 2-2, hit hard on the ground towards short. McCarthy bobbles it, throws down to first.
Nice
Zittel,
play.
They tagged him, a great tag by Reed at first.
Yeah,
for out number 3.
He's got to get down there. Zittel needs to get down. When you see the first baseman go up, a lot of times you're told to get down, kind of dive in, stay down, try to slide into first. Coach Ballard's looking, asking if he could talk to the field umpire before this. He just wants to know. It's really hard for Zach Stollifer out there to see that call at that position, but umpire Keith Allison agrees, and the great play by Colin Reed there stands.
So that is the final out of the inning. We'll head to the third. Washington 1, Martinsburg nothing. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. I ask for your support and your vote in the May 10th Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends of Jason Barrett.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, where accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. 1-0 Washington leading Martinsburg to begin this third inning. Nick Verzlini, Trip Tobin, Colin McLaughlin here on the broadcast. Back in the studios, Avery Newport, John Allerton, Spencer Dupuis on camera tonight. Breaking ball in there for strike one to lead off this inning. Joe Paulson on the mound so far for the Dogs. Colin Reed at the plate to lead things off for the Washington Patriots. And that pitch is low for ball one. 1-1 count.
Reed was intentionally walked last time. They opted to go after Kobe Smith with the 2 outs, and that strategy paid off for the Bulldogs.
Paulson's next pitch on that outside corner. Pitchers are getting that tonight, so you got to be aware of it at the plate. So far for Paulson, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. As we mentioned, one of those intentional. To the man at the plate, and Reed takes that pitch for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reed steps back in for the 2-2, and it hit him. Curveball that didn't curve back inside for Joe Paulson, and leadoff runner on.
And that's the 3rd straight inning where that's happened for Washington.
You can tell that Paulson's a little bit off, it seems like.
The umpire went out to check to make sure that the field umpire didn't see Colin Reed lean into that pitch. He just kind of turned, pitch stayed up, did a great job of just wearing it, they call it. So a little spinner off the shoulder. I'm sure Reed's not any worse for the wear there. Good baseball IQ on his part. So gets a leadoff hit by pitch to go with that intentional walk.
And Kobe Smith takes a swing and miss on the pitch inside for strike one.
That was up and inside, too. A little surprising that he swung at that one after a guy got hit by a pitch.
There's not too many first pitch Kobe doesn't like.
Smith will pop this one up into shallow center. Can be running in, actually over in left center, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, a little over aggressive there. That's sort of his MO. He swings the bats. It's one of the reasons why he's not lead off or batting in the 9 hole. He's a free swinger, gets a lot of base hits though with that style. So a good spot in the lineup for him there to have that approach.
Brian McCarthy to the plate. He'll take the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Colin Reed on first base. 1-0 Washington, top of the 3rd inning.
McCarthy struck out the last time looking on a questionable pitch in, he thought. Bases were loaded after they had walked Reed, and then Kobe Smith, I believe, got hit by a pitch. The bases got loaded with 2 outs, and McCarthy wasn't able to drive any runs in for him with all those RBIs on the base pass.
Takes that pitch for a ball. So 1 out, 2-1 count on McCarthy. Reed down there at first base. He'll take his lead. Paulson delivers the pitch. Hit into right field, trying to chase it down as Wilt. He dives out and he makes a heck of a catch in right field.
Great play by Wilt out there. Had running, diving catch. Had Reed kind of, at first he was reading it as a ball dropping at first base. He was taking off and he started to come back and he took off again. And if Wilt can come up with that on the run without dropping, he probably has a play at first because Colin Reed just didn't know exactly which way to go on that. But Wilt made one heck of a play there.
Yeah, it's a tough one to read. It looked initially like it was going to fall in, then kind of looked like
a tough read for Reed.
Yeah, that Wilt was going to get there running in like you said, but he did have to dive to make a great play in right field. Kerr now with 2 outs and Reed on first. A bouncer. That will allow Reed to advance to second.
Paulson certainly not his regular self tonight, but he is with them being a little short staff tonight, he's going to have to dig in and try to win some of these battles, the at-bats, with just sheer courage, and make it happen.
Misses inside on that pitch to Kerr.
He's going to have to step up and overcome some of that, maybe a little anxiety of re-injuring the arm. And, it's always tough when you come off, those injuries. You don't want to get hurt, so you kind of short arm things a couple times, things like that. Maybe take a little off.
Strike there at the knees from Paulson.
But he's battled. He's really battled. Doesn't have his best stuff, and that's a pitcher doesn't have his best stuff every day, but he can battle every day.
The 2-2 pitch misses outside, and it's definitely been impressive. And like you said, he's battling, and while he's not himself, he's still been effective. Only given up 1 run so far, and getting the outs when really necessary, when he's been in some jams early on, and somewhat of a jam here with Reed on second. And Kerr continuing to fight at the plate, seeing a lot of pitches.
Yeah. He hasn't pitched what we would say a clean inning, but he's an out away from a pitch away from, only being down 1 with not his best stuff. And that's a tip of the cap to him.
That one hit through a gap over there towards second. Reed sprinting around third base. He will come in to score on the RBI single from Kerr.
Did a nice job going with that pitch, not trying to pull it. It kind of went a little in the defensive mode, shortened up, and just put the ball in play. It found the hole. It was C&I single there past Buber. And the perfect placement for Reed to come in home standing up.
So far, Washington, they started off that first inning with the bases loaded and weren't able to get runners in, but now getting the leadoff runners to come around and score in the past 2 innings is what you like to see if you're a Patriot fan.
Did a nice job there. That was a nice at-bat by Kerr.
Yeah, forced Paulson to throw a lot of pitches and able to come through with a hit there. Broaden coming to the plate now. The catcher for Washington takes that first pitch outside for ball 1. So the inning extended. 2 outs and now a 2-0 lead for Washington in the top of the 3rd inning.
With that leadoff walk, that leadoff free base, that's tough to overcome in this level.
Paulson's 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2. It's a good hitter's count for Broaden. Struck out, swinging his first time up.
Again, another man that just needs some confidence. He works really hard, similar to Zittel.
Hits this one on the ground toward third. Scooped up by Oviedo, and he throws the first for out number 3. Washington gets a run across. But it's a 2-0 lead for the Patriots, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Martinsburg coming to the plate. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Finding the right home can be a tough decision, but finding the right lender doesn't have to be. With 32 years of experience, the Mortgage Center knows how to find the right loan for you that requires little or no money down. The Mortgage Center's mobile-friendly website makes the application process quick and stress-free. And as always, you'll want to get pre-approved before you contact any real estate agent or builder. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing, call the Mortgage Center at 304-267-9040 or visit mortgagefinancing.com today.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardy. I am asking you to re-elect John Hardy to the West Virginia House. John is my husband of 24 years and an amazing dad to our daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
That's what I usually do. We're back, and it is 2-0. Washington leading Martinsburg. Nick Verzolini, Tom McLaughlin, Trip Tobin, happy to have you with us. Spencer Dupuis, John Allerton on camera this evening. Speaking of John Allerton, and he wanted us to give a shout-out to Bears Repair, one of our normal sponsors. And we want to give a shout-out to them as well. They did a great job fixing our van, and I think they did some work on John's car as well. So we always, thank them for their sponsorships throughout football and basketball season, and, of course, for helping us out with our van.
Yeah, and I also got a shout-out here for Coach Boober. He's been feeling under the weather. I know he's tuning in, and he wants us to make sure we get out the Martinsburg High School annual banquet coming up on May 28th at 1 p.m. You can purchase tickets, $25 per person, at Jordan and Hess, located in the downtown square at Patterson's Drug Store. You can contact Dale Hicks at 304-676-6969 to get those tickets. Reservations are due by May 13th.
Coach Cooper. Did you say Cooper or Boober?
Yeah,
I said Cooper. I thought. Did I say Boober? Oh,
Yeah.
man. Sorry, Coach Coop.
I guess Coach Coop's better than Coach Boob.
Eh?
Yeah, Coach Coop. Not feeling well.
That pitch misses high. So Martinsburg with Wilt at the plate draws the walk out of the 9 spot. Wilt batting .91 on the season, but able to find a way on base and a guy with some speed. So doing his job there in the 9 hole to draw this leadoff walk, and Hudson Clement coming to the plate, and we'll see how Martinsburg plays this with his speed.
Yeah, Logan's definitely a speedster over there. Doesn't have a tremendous amount of varsity experience. Pinch run a good bit, courtesy run a good bit, but probably going to see.
Pitch to Clement is in there for strike 1.
Going to see Clement, leading off here.
Hudson flew out his last time up.
Your coach Baller's yelling at him to get on the bag while he gives a signal, so you don't want to be watching the coach while you're off the bag. He's got a very short lead. Looks like that they're going to let Hudson hit away here, top of the order, try to get a couple runs on the board as opposed to playing for a single run here.
Pretty good looking pitch, but it missed for a ball. 1-1 count on Hudson Clement.
I haven't seen Logan Wilt extend that lead much past,
Yeah.
A very short lead, actually.
Usually you get at least till the indent. And that one nearly hit Hudson.
Called it a foul ball, I believe.
It hit off his bat. So not what you want there, but a strike, 1-2 count for Clement. Third inning, 2-0 lead for Washington. The pitch from Stoudemire, swing and a miss, strike 3. Hudson Clement leaning on a breaking ball in the dirt. Not what you want to see for Clement.
Get off there, yeah. And Stoudemire, very good pitcher, made Clement look bad in that situation. Got him to foul off that pitch inside on a check swing, and then had him, just swinging very soft swing there, just reaching.
Throw over, Wilt dives back in time. The last couple of games, Clement seeming to struggle a little bit at the plate after hitting well over 500 so far this season.
Martinsburg plays a lot of games, the ebb and flow of the season. I believe he'll find his rhythm. He started off with the season. As he gets a lot of at bats, sees a lot more pitching and live pitching.
Wilt takes off, throw down. Good one from Bodden, and he gets him down there at second base. An excellent throw from Bodden to second, and now 2 outs in the inning, and Landon Sifford still at the plate, but not hitting with a runner on. That's a real rally killer, potentially.
Yeah, great throw by Broughton. They're a senior catcher. Threw it right on the bag. McCarthy had to just grab it and move the tag about 8 inches over and caught Logan Wilt stealing. Logan, Wilt was not a really big lead over there, but he flashed that speed.
He made it close, even with the good throw from Broughton, but got him by about a step. Pitch to Sifford, fouled away.
One hopper to the on-deck circle.
Sifford struck out his first time up. Trying to battle here and at least get that pitch count up. The next pitch is outside for a ball.
This will be a big opportunity missed if Martinsburg can't get a 2-out rally started here. You had the leadoff.
That one misses outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Landon Sifford.
Bit of a slider there from Stoudemire. Carried it a little too long. Released it way across his body there, and it never had a chance.
2-2, 1 out, or 2 outs.
See Broughton kind of setting up on the outer half.
That one misses outside for a ball. Full count for Landon Sifford.
Full out.
No runners on the base after Wilt gets thrown out, trying to take second. The 3-2 to Sifford, fouled away. Good at bat from Landon Sifford here with 2 outs in the inning.
He just about let that one get into the glove before he pulled the trigger. Good hand speed there. Nice pitch. He's seen back-to-back curveball changeup, or excuse me, curveball slider, curveball.
The 3-2 from Stoudemire got him swinging for strike 3. The second strikeout for Sifford, the second of the inning for Stoudemire, and that ends the inning for Martinsburg. So essentially a 1-2-3 after Wilt was caught stealing. We head to the bottom of the third. Washington 2, Martinsburg nothing. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Top of the 4th inning. A 2-0 lead for Washington, and not a good sign here as Joe Paulson appears to have maybe re-aggravated that arm injury.
Now he's pointing towards his elbow, actually. Was his shoulder. Starting to feel it.
DJ Triggs is warming.
Getting his glove, getting loose. The issue up. Paulson's coming out. Not sure if Triggs was able to warm up last inning or not. So see Paulson come out. What happens now with Paulson hitting for himself? I believe that'll put DJ into the lineup hitting as well.
Yeah, I would figure if you're having an elbow issue, you probably wouldn't be able to hit either. So
yeah, well he's not the DH, so it doesn't matter. He's out of the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Paulson's been removed.
Not the ideal situation for Martinsburg, already having multiple injuries tonight. Some guys out due to upset stomachs or whatever it is that caused them to be out. But we'll see how this fares. Down 2-0 now, and having to make a pitching change here in the 4th is not what you expected.
Yeah, Lupus out sick, and Caleb Edwards hurt with a hamstring. So those are 2 pitchers that you could go to, but you're going to need Triggs to step up here.
Yeah, I mean, Triggs has to, big boy baseball. It's time for him to step up. He's had a couple warm-up games. I think he pitched at Petersburg. He pitched some of the East Hardy game. He's had some of the AA, single A teams. So if they're going to make some noise there in the sectionals in the tournament, he's going to have to step up. So a big time for him.
It's going to be a Heffley Motors pitching change here, Nick.
It is, and the Heffley Motor Company located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Spencer rides with them, so you should too. And it will be DJ Triggs, the new pitcher for the Bulldogs, a senior right-hander.
And we knew that Paulson, wasn't feeling well. We talked about it last inning. He was battling every inning, getting outs. Luckily, the scores, only 2-0 with the base runners that Washington left on. Had bases loaded first 2 innings, and then last inning had, a runner on there. So hats off to him for fighting through it, doing the best that he could there. But, he didn't have his best stuff. So, Triggs, so this is not a death sentence by any means for Martinsburg. I mean, it could play into their favor if DJ can throw to contact, cut down on the walks, and a couple of hit-by pitches, and make Washington hit the baseball. And it's a 2-0 ball game, and it's time for these other guys to step up. Oviedo's played well at third, done his job, did what he was asked to do over there, and Wilt's done his job in right field. So, we haven't seen any big holes in the lineup as of yet. And, now we need Triggs to do what Oviedo and Wilt has done.
And so far this season, he's pitched well. 3.419 earned run average for the Bulldogs, 14 strikeouts, 8 walks, giving up 16 hits this season. So it's not like he doesn't have experience. He's thrown the third most pitches on the team entering tonight's ball game, and has started 3 games, but a different situation here coming in out of the bullpen opposed to starting a ball game. But he probably expected this coming in. I would think with the injuries that he could be forced into the game, and knowing that Paulson's coming off of an injury, he might not have been able to throw the normal amount of pitches that you would expect from Joe Paulson. So it's a situation that he probably expected coming in, and Martinsburg's going to have to go to him maybe earlier than they wanted to, but definitely a quality guy to bring in here, and that's why you need those 7, 8, 9 guys at the beginning of the year to go to.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's, it's a good time for him to step up and show his worth here.
Dunbar leads things off to begin the inning for Washington. That pitch is in there for a strike.
Got that rock star hairdo out there on the mound. Yeah, it's nice, long locks.
Great start with a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Tried to go there again that time around, just missed low.
To find his release point here, get loose. But you certainly want to get after Dunbar, try to get this out before you have to face the meat of that Washington order, which is a pretty tall task, to be asked coming out of the bullpen.
1-1 pitch to Dunbar in there for strike 2. Nice pitch.
The only issue with that long hair might be almost every pitch or every other pitch he has to take his hat off to make sure it's behind his head, not in front of his eyes.
Yeah, should put it in a ponytail.
Next one is fouled away.
Seeing Triggs around the plate, if he can stay away from the walks, pitch to contact, get strikeouts when he gets the chance, and battle. That's all you can ask out of these guys.
Next pitch is fouled away.
Trick to Triggs, just he has a really strong arm. He has to stay under control. Not try to throw 100%. Push that ball 80+ mile an hour and just stay within himself. Nice.
I want to swing and a miss for strike 3. To Dunbar, so Triggs comes in for Paulson and starts his outing with a strikeout.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice. He threw some fastballs around the plate, inside, outside, and finally got Dunbar to finally set up Dunbar for a curveball. Great job there by DJ.
Stoudemire coming to the plate, back to the top of the order for Washington, and that is a chopper hit towards short. Hudson Clement sprinting in on it. Stoudemire was slow to get up, and he's going to still reach base safely as there looked to be a miscommunication between Clement and Triggs. Triggs didn't realize that Stoudemire stumbled on his way down to first, and now limping off. So that's not good, as Washington might have lost its starting pitcher. They're going to get the courtesy runner maybe anyway, but
got Smetic in there running. Yes, Stoudemire fell in the box, very similar to what we've seen last night with Hefner, and didn't make it out of the box. But I don't think he's hurt too bad by the way he got up and took off.
It's true, but he did have to limp off then after that, so we hope he's all right, as that one's in there for a strike.
So that has to be an error, but it has to be a mental error. Did that ball just laid there and nobody picked it up?
It looked like Clement was charging and was going to make the throw, but then he just kind of let it sit.
Yeah.
That one's fouled away by Wick.
Not sure what they did there either. I took my eye off
right.
the play to look down.
Went
to
over
see
there to see where the runner is.
Where'd the runner go? Look down, and he's at the plate, curled up, half in the fetal position. Then he jumps up and gone.
That might be a single with his speed.
I think he deked him.
It could have been.
I think he deked him, Colin.
You might be right.
I hope he's okay. I don't see him up. Unless I'm missing him down there.
I thought I saw him go over and immediately to the bench, but even if it's just a twisted ankle, you got to think, can a pitcher really put that weight on it afterwards?
Wick at the plate, runner takes off. Pitch misses outside. Asanovich forced to block it, and down there at second with the uncontested for Washington.
Now you got a runner in scoring position with one out, and you're already up 2-0.
That was a freakish play, though, with him in the box and then the ball just laying there on the infield and no one throwing him out.
1-2 count.
Oh,
and
Wick hits that, or takes that pitch.
He wore that one big time.
Yep, so runners on first and second for the Patriots.
With a great clean start with a strikeout to Dunbar and then the freak play. You got to watch his mound composure out there. Triggs, something that he needs to work on. As he's come up through the ranks, he's gotten shook a few times, lost his composure, but he needs to settle down and get after this hitter. He's in pitch away from a double play, possibly.
Moore will take the first pitch for ball one. Moore in this ball game singled, but was thrown out at second and grounded out so far off of Joe Paulson. Now pitching is DJ Triggs for Martinsburg. Triggs delivers the pitch on 1-0 and hits that outside corner for strike one. 1-1 count, 1 out, 2 on for the Washington Patriots here in the top of the fourth inning.
Not sure that they've hadn't had 2 runners on every inning, haven't they?
Count. There hasn't been a clean inning for Martinsburg, so Washington's.
I think the last inning was just the one who came around to score. I don't remember if there was a second runner that was ever on base. I think they were just able to bring him around.
Kerr walked.
Okay.
So there were 2 runners on at one point. I'm sorry. Yeah, well,
Kerr got the base
Kerr
hit.
had a base hit, yeah.
So he got stranded. So, yeah. They had a base runner on. He scored him, and then he got stranded, I believe. But, yeah, base load in the first, base load in the second, scored a run and left a runner in the third, and here they are with 2 in the fourth.
And now 3 as pitch missing outside from Triggs. Moore takes the walk. It's a bases loaded situation and a very dangerous hitter coming to the plate in Colin Reed.
Can't intentionally walk him here, so that wasn't that's not a place you want to be with him up to the plate. Speed on the bases, actually, and some baseball IQ on the bases as well, which is very important. Reed all the way in the back of that box, touching that white line. Looking to drive something here in this position.
He's got that open stance there, trying to drive it into the left field gap.
Reed takes the first pitch for strike one.
Reed being a baseball IQ guy as well, probably after that walk was taken until he's seen a strike more than likely.
Walked and hit by a pitch so far in the ball game. Next one inside, gets away from the catcher. Asanovich, runner will come in to score easily. And frustration settles on for the Bulldogs.
And now we're seeing the hands going up in the air, the frustration. Asanovich shaking his head. Certainly not what you want to see. You want to see a lot more mound composure. You want to see these two be on the same page. Here comes the leader of the bunch, Clement, hopefully to come in to settle things down. Give Triggs a little pat on the back, but if he can't hook up with his catcher here, it could get ugly. They're going to put him on base now. So so that did allow Reed to leave first base open on that wild pitch that crossed Asanovich up, and Martinsburg in a bit of a quandary here, not only on the bases pass but also with some little miscommunication here and frustration with the battery of Martinsburg. So corners are up, middle's back. And the Washington dugout starting to get a little loud over there.
3-0 lead for Washington. Smith squares away to bunt, and again the pitch gets away from Hasanovich. That will score another run. That's sliding in safely. Good job by Hasanovich to make it close. His Wick from third, and Washington now leads 4-0 over Martinsburg here in the top of the fourth.
So I believe he was going to bunt, trying to push it down that third base line, or maybe the first base line, not sure. But just something to get the base runners moving. But second one that's clipped off of Hasanovich's glove. Second wild pitch, or maybe a pass ball that time.
That one fouled away by Smith.
Depends on how you score it, but either way, Hasanovich and Triggs are not on the same page. And it spelled 2 runs this inning because of it. Freak, I mean, kind of nobody's hit the ball hard. It's a walk, hit by pitch, intentional walk, a ball that laid beside the pitcher's mound, 2 wild pitches. Now you see Hasanovich and Triggs still not on the same page. Hasanovich giving a lot of signals back there.
That one in there for a strike, and even the way the runs have been scored, I mean, we had the 1 RBI single from Kerr. We had a sacrifice earlier, and then what's happened this inning with the pass balls.
And these ones have been unearned because of the mental error.
Yeah. This one, a chopper hit toward third. Oviedo will throw to first. Throw back to third is not in time. So a sacrifice there. Gets another run on the board for Washington. Now 5-0. And the Patriots extend this inning.
And that's a great base running, and almost questionably another mental error by Martinsburg, not fully checking the runner to make sure that they stayed. They were already committed on running home, which allowed the runner at second to then go on the throw.
Yeah, Oviedo probably had a shot at the plate. Opted to go for the out at first instead of trying to shut the run down there. Once the ball, I'm with you there. It's a very good possibility he could have come home. And then he actually backed up, and Clement was there at short and had a little collision there. So the freshman getting tested here a bit on that last play. Oh,
pitch fouled away off the umpire.
Square. Keith got hit, I believe, square in the mash there.
1-1 count.
Doesn't look like he needs to walk it off. That you don't see each time. Looks like he's okay, but Hasanovich still going to take his time at the mound to give him time to regroup.
Coach Trey Vert's going to come down, show a little class. Basically, both teams giving Keith Allison, the umpire, a chance to regroup there. Get the stars out of his eyes.
Hasanovich changing gloves. We saw that in between the innings, too. He was trying to figure out something with which glove he liked whenever Trigg was
switching
was
gloves off
warming
and
up.
on.
Yeah.
Now he's has come off that glove, so now he's going to try a different glove here.
Runner on third. 1-0 pitch inside for a ball. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third for the Patriots. A 5-0 lead for Washington here in the top of the 4th inning. Triggs on the mound in relief of Joe Paulson. He kicks, steals, delivers, and gets a strike. 2-1 count now on McCarthy. McCarthy has flown out and struck out in this ball game. Runner down at third base takes his lead. Triggs delivers the 2-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. That was strike 3.
Yeah, McCarthy again taking that pitch for strike 3 down in and at the knees a bit. Seeing Stottlemyre come back out, so I think they're going to be fine.
5-0 lead for Washington. See if Martinsburg can rally and get any runs here in this bottom of the 4th. It's West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Bottom of the fourth inning, 5-0. It's Washington leading Martinsburg. Isaiah Morris will lead things off. He struck out back in the first inning. Martinsburg really needs a big inning here. Stoudemire remaining on the mound after limping when he left first base, but looks fine after he was kind of slipped on the turf coming out of the batter's box, still reached first base. So when you saw that sprint, I figured he was all right. 1-1 count here on Morris. The lefty swings, sends a slow roller toward first. He's saying that it hit off of him as Reed tags the bag for out number 1.
He never left the box.
And Morris just got tossed.
He just tossed Morris.
And Aaron Byler disagreeing. Might have been able to hear him say, "Don't do that."
So we have Keith has tossed Morris.
Now the other umpire is going to come over too. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. Coach Byler's going to need to be careful so that he doesn't get tossed. It's a very frustrating game for Martinsburg as a whole. I mean, you just let up 3 innings the last inning, so your team's frustrated now after this. Your players are frustrated, and
so he's, there's saying
slippery slope.
He said a word here. You're seeing.
Yeah, words were said yesterday too, and nobody got thrown out. But it is a different umpiring crew.
And it really hurts Martinsburg because they are already shorthanded. And it's just not tonight. It's the next 3 games. He's lost him for 3 games. And Edwards is hurt. And, Paulson apparently has hurt him, has re-aggravated an injury. But Martinsburg now is really shorthanded now over what appears to be, from what we can see from our standpoint, as Morris swung the bat, he dribbled it down the first base, never left the box, pointed at his foot. Keith was given, umpire Keith Allison was given the fair ball the whole time, and as he walked away, he must have said something, and he didn't show the umpire up by any means. He walked away and said he apparently the language is what he was thrown out for, which, I'm not sure at this level if that's, unless he's showing the umpire up at that point. But Coach Byler did come to his players' defense, and I can understand why there.
Buber takes a big hack at that one, misses for a strike. 1-2 count, and you just look at it, things. I don't know if Morris would pitch tonight, but you're thin now everywhere as Buber lifts this one into left center field, and it just kind of dies out there right at short. McCarthy gets to it for out number 2. But, Morris is an option. He has only thrown 1 inning in his last 2 games. But, again, this is a guy down there at first base. Caleb Edwards can play first. You don't have him tonight. You don't have Paulson now for the rest of the game. So things are getting interesting for Martinsburg. And I'm not certain if that one's a strike. I know in basketball, if you got tossed as a suspension, I don't know if you get suspended in baseball as well.
Yeah, he's 3 games. Yeah,
so that really hurts.
Yeah, it really hurts. Coming up here, and so that gets the Spring Mills game and then the 2 games over at Smithsburg.
Got him looking for strike 3 on Jordan Camby.
Coach Byler's going straight to the umpires. He's
1, 2, 3 go the Dogs, and we'll head to the 5th inning. Washington leading 5-0. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Here comes Keith.
We welcome you back to Martinsburg, P.O. Faulkner Park. Walker Hall coming in to play first base for Isaiah Morris, who was tossed after disagreeing with a call with the umpire. And
yeah,
that thins Martinsburg to a lot of guys that don't have a lot of experience.
We can assume that's what he said because he walked away. He didn't. Generally, when the umpire's not showed up, you know what I mean? When he doesn't turn directly at him now, if he said something derogatory that was personal, yeah, that's probably a no-no. But we don't know what he said. But it was certainly something that he was said once he was out of the apron, going back to the locker room, that could have been, let go at that point. But I'm not sure. I without knowing what was said, all we can do is speculate at this point. But certainly not enough that we've seen visually. How about that? Visually, it did not look like he deserved it. What he said, we do not know. But Coach Bowler has been the whole inning arguing, that he felt that it was not the right call.
So Kerr will lead things off. He's had a good night. Single RBI last time, or back in the third inning, his last time up, and a walk earlier.
And you said that now has Morris suspended for 3 games, correct?
Correct.
So now I'll wait. As that goes on and for a ball, but now Morris, being suspended 3 games, there goes a first baseman, a guy that's usually third, and a guy that you also, if you're in the lead, unlike tonight, might come in and save situations pitching-wise. So that is a big loss for Martinsburg.
That's a huge loss. Their pitching staff's hurting with Paulson. They are got 3 games coming. They're down in this game. They have an EPAC game on Friday, and they are, getting deep, digging into their JV till here and some of their inexperienced players.
As they get Kerr looking there for the strikeout, good pitch by Triggs.
Well, yeah, that pitch was a backdoor curve. Started at the batter's midsection there and broke across, according to the umpire. I can't quite see that's as good as Nick, but I can see the outside when he hits it. A good start for Triggs here.
It looked like he maybe got that inside corner. It's pretty close. Borderline pitch. Is that one in there for a strike? On Broaden. Broaden struck out in the second inning. Battling here against DJ Triggs with a 5-0 lead. Takes that one on the outside corner for strike 2.
Yep. Yeah, it's just, you don't like to see this in any game. You don't like to see it for any team, especially a team that's at the moment.
0-2 pitch is low for a ball, 1-2 count.
You don't like to see the ejections and things like that. The kids, we've seen a couple plays here and some chippy, chatter and different things, and it just seems like it was possibly just made an example of there. Maybe, I'm not sure.
I mean, last night during the game in the handshake line, we saw a player that had to get restrained and words were exchanged, and there was never any tossing after that. So
yeah, we're not sure. And you heard Coach Bowler say kids say a lot worse things than that, so it must not have been quite as bad. But anyway, we need to move on there. Broughton's to the plate.
1-2 count.
Yeah.
Broughton battling here with 1 out in the inning after Kerr went down. Striking out looking to begin the inning.
Broughton again needs
Triggs delivers, and that one misses inside for a ball. 2-2 count now.
Broughton, the catcher, kind of falling down into this lineup as the season progressed. Needs some base hits to get himself going. He's an everyday player there for Washington.
2-2 pitch misses high inside from Triggs. Full count on Broughton. Dunbar will follow him as it was the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Washington with a 5-0 lead in the 5th inning. Running out of opportunities if you're Martinsburg, but 5-0 isn't the worst deficit. Bulldogs can still make a comeback. We're going to need some good pitching here. Broughton hits it hard on the ground, up the middle for a base hit. 1-out single for the catcher.
That hit Triggs in the calf, I think.
Yeah, Triggs took one there in the back of the calf. Coach Ballard have to go take a peek at him as things continue to.
It just seems like everything that could go wrong for Martinsburg tonight is going wrong in terms of just player health and now guys getting tossed, and hopefully Triggs is good because you're really getting thin if you're Martinsburg.
I do think he got turned there enough to get it off kept it off his shin, but the shin hurts like crazy. But you
can see him right now messing with his
that calf
left
muscle
leg there.
The calf muscle could
Pulling
tighten
up
up.
his pant leg, just trying to rub it off. Going to take some warm-up tosses now to see how it feels when he's in action, or are they just going to resume play, it looks like.
Looks like he's okay. If it would have hit the front
see.
of his leg, he might not be able to go.
Yeah, because that's more bone than muscle.
So you got.
And they're already in play because he just looked over to the runner on first and was about to try to pick him off.
So Triggs looks in. Dunbar coming to the plate. Runner takes his lead, and a breaking ball in there for a strike.
Got a courtesy runner. Jason Barrett's missing his spot here after all this commotion. 20-24, isn't it?
It looks like that would be number 24, Alex
DeRoche.
Let's
go with that. Sounds good.
Does.
This runner is courtesy of Jason Barrett for State Senate, a conservative fighter for Jefferson and Berkeley counties. And now
high and inside for a ball.
1-1 count with one away.
And Martinsburg's about to see the top of Washington's lineup again here. It's only the top of the 5th, and they're fourth time through.
That one popped up into center field. Canby camps under it for out number 2. And this is the third time through the fourth time through once we get back to the top of the order, which we are in now.
Yeah, it's their 4th time through. They're only in the 5th, so they're batting at almost once an inning click. Looking at these injuries, and we're just, so Martinsburg's fortunate that Canby's back after being dinged up pretty bad. And there he is only missing a game, so it could have been a lot worse there as well. So
throw over from Triggs, not in time.
Big Walker Hall over there is a big target, a little taller than Morris, more of the height of Edwards over there, but
Stoudemire
getting some playing time here.
Digs back in. Runner takes his lead. Triggs delivers the pitch. Hasanovich throws down. It's a good throw. Clement with the tag to get the runner at second for the final out of the inning. We head to the bottom half with Washington leading Martinsburg 5-0. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60 seconds.
A Honda is more than just a vehicle. It's a gateway to spring adventure. Start your adventures with Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 0.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Pilot and a 1.9% APR on a 2022 Ridgeline, CRV, or Passport. New vehicles are arriving daily at a local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. 2021 ACSI survey of customers rating the performance of their own automobiles.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Washington leading 5-0 over Martinsburg. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Kyle McLaughlin here. And Spencer Dupuis, John Allerton on camera tonight. Avery Newport back in the studio. And Martinsburg starting to run out of opportunities.
You know, I spoke too soon about these catchers. I said the other day, coming into this week, I don't think I've seen a catcher throw a runner out. And I'm not sure I've seen any play at second here lately that's been not close. Or I think Wasanovich has thrown out 3 of the last 4 now. And he did let one sail early in the game, I believe, but he threw out a couple runners last night. Got a couple. I mean, he's really holding the running game down over there for Martinsburg.
That one in there for strike 1 as Asanovich leads off this inning. And we saw Broaden throw out a runner as well, so catcher's starting to do a much better job as the year goes on at making it tougher for guys to steal bases.
The pitchers need to hold, and the catchers need to, put the ball in the bag.
That one in there for strike 2.
Asanovich with a base hit last time as well.
1-2 count on Matthew Asanovich. The 1-2 hit up toward the pitcher, Steinmeier, and he'll flip to first, route number 1.
Asanovich choked up there a little bit. He did first when he come off the bat. It sort of startled Stottlemyre, and but it didn't get there as quick as he thought, as he kind of jumped in the fielding position and let the ball come in and jogged it over. So we're going to see DJ hitting.
Triggs, not typically a hitter. So he takes this one for strike 1. I think I saw he only has 1 at-bat this season.
He typically pitcher only, comes in, pitches 3, 4, in the 4 spot in the rotation generally.
Finds himself behind no balls and 2 strikes. If Triggs is 1 for 1 on the year in his 1 at-bat. Looks at that one for a ball.
Looks like Stottlemyre's just kind of trying to place his fastball here with Triggs, and not getting too fancy, too cute.
1-2. That one just misses.
Found that outside part of the plate that's been getting called, but just up a bit.
Yeah, back-to-back times he's trying to get Triggs to chase, and he hasn't yet.
2-2 count. Stottlemyre kick, steals, delivers. That one on the curveball froze Triggs for out number 2. A nice pitch.
Yeah, Triggs never takes the bat off his shoulder there in 4 pitches, maybe 5 pitches, I believe.
Yeah.
Finally got him with the curveball. Tried to place that fastball a couple times, and then just went with the curveball.
Yeah, nearly got him on those outside pitches as Zittel swings on that pitch outside for strike 1.
He does not agree that he went around. It was definitely close. Let's see if they appeal, though.
Called it on the swing. Coach Bowler's not happy with the call.
Bowler's already on thin ice tonight, probably.
He's
too.
not even given the opportunity for the appeal. Called it on his own. Said that he went around.
Next pitch inside for a ball. 1-1 count.
Yeah, Coach Bowler's probably, you can tell that the umpire's not going to put up with too much here tonight. He's already shown that he's not going to listen to that talk. So, probably needs to stay calm.
2-1 pitch. Hits that outside corner for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a 5-0 lead, but, does it feel a lot worse than you guys?
I 100% agree. Yeah, it feels double that.
That one fouled away. It just hasn't been really any rallies for Martinsburg. The closest they got was really in the second inning when Camby got hit by a pitch and Asanovich got a single.
That one almost took out our camera.
Yeah, it got sheer. Good thing Keith kind of stands a little bit of an angle, so that ball he didn't take a solid hit, but it did come off the mask, kind of twisted it a little bit.
Just misses the outside corner on that pitch.
Yeah, he felt it.
3-2 count, 2 away for Jake Zittel at the plate. Zittel swinging a miss, strike 3. Stottlemyre continues to roll through the Martinsburg lineup, and we head to the 6th. Washington 5, Martinsburg nothing. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Washington leading 5-0 as we begin this sixth inning. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Kyle McLaughlin alongside me. And on camera tonight, Spencer Dupuis, John Allerton, Avery Newport back in the studio. DJ Trigg staying on the mound in relief of Joe Paulson for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Triggs has done a solid job. Even though a few runs came across the score in his relief effort, those runs were unearned due to some misplays in the field.
So Brady Stottlemyre is going to bat every inning because he batted last inning, but he stayed when the runner got thrown out, so he's going to bat this inning as well. So I think he's only missed one inning being at the plate there.
So he will take that first pitch for strike one.
I don't think he expected that pitch to start things off. You can see him frustrated in himself.
He's like, I wish I would have took a hack at that. I must have had the take on or something.
Next pitch on 0-1 is fouled away. Got a similar look.
Ooh.
So single, fielder's choice, reached on error, made a plate appearance in the fifth, but throw out. Takes it back.
Took out our camera. For those of you watching on TV.
Yep.
The 0-2 is fouled away.
Oh, ball hit the light, come back down, almost got Zach Wick in the on-deck circle on top of the nugget. And you can start to see Washington now getting aggressive, swinging away, taking some hacks. As you get up, multiple runs, your approach at the plate changes a bit, not that it should,
0-2
but
count.
you get a little more aggressive trying to
check down to first, and Stottlemyre did not go around, so count will move to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter to begin this sixth inning for Washington. 5-0 lead for the Patriots. Trigg steps back on the mound, delivers the 1-2, and it's a bouncer in the dirt for ball 2.
And the camera's back now.
Perfect.
Just magic. A little crooked. Oh, nope, it's gone now.
Well,
Triggs was trying to help us out.
Got it back on. Long at bat here for Stottlemyre.
That one's popped up.
That might be a
in the left field, and it's looking dangerous, but it will stay up and in the outfield as Sifford makes the play on the run for out number 1.
Yeah, I guess it must have been a little bit. I didn't think he got much of that when he hit it, but I know he got a lot of air under it, but he kept going and kept going, and like they're
not much of a breeze here, but a little bit, as you can see some of the flags going there in left center.
Yeah, I'm just glad Lupus Vic got that one fixed, and now it's flying correctly. That's just,
Yeah, but now he has one, I think, there in right center to the right of the light there that's messed up.
Have to get on him for that one.
First pitch to Wick is in there for strike 1. Wick on the day, fly out, sacrifice, hit by a pitch. Yeah, it looked like that was going to die a lot sooner than it did, and then just kept carrying.
A little more air up there as he hit it. As it went up, it's almost as high as it went deep, and it just we've seen Sifford not really make a huge charge for it, but he's kind of drifted, and he finally came down with it there on the warning track. It looked like
Wick Takes this one inside.
So though we have
1-2 count.
Seen a lot of home runs here in the past, we haven't seen many this year, and this field is conducive to the long ball, but not a lot this year on any ballpark that we've seen. Seen Mikey Nichols and Griffin Horowitz and a couple other guys.
The 1-2 pitch fouled away. Going back to that previous pitch, as Triggs missed high and inside, that's kind of been a common miss for him. Anything kind of lead to that trip, do you think? Or
well, certainly it's his release point there. He's not following through. He gets sometimes you get your bottom half, ahead of your top half. You land, your foot lands, and you're still not, at your release point. So your top half kind of lags behind, and you just, release the ball high and in for a righty like that. If you get, he just needs to stretch out there and throw like that pitch.
Yeah, but that was a good-looking pitch for strike 3 from DJ Triggs as he fully extended.
Yeah, you can see where he kind of took his time, got his leg up, and then he kind of strided out before he got that top half going. But when he speeds that top half up, or the bottom half up, and the top, his arm lags behind, then you'll see that ball fly off to the right, and he knows that. That's something he's worked on. He just has to slow that bottom half down.
That pitch hits that outside corner.
And he can get extended, get into what they call the inverted W there, where he kind of gets the glove down, the hand down, get that front leg out, on time. He's very effective.
Moore takes that one for ball 1. 1-1 count. Moore so far in the ball game. A single, ground out, and a walk.
Like I said, it's a 5-run game, 2 outs in the 5th, and it just feels like Washington has just really taken Martinsburg out behind the outhouse, but I'm not necessarily sure. It's just a lot of things have not went in Martinsburg's favor. Just the hit and run. Oviedo blocks the ball up as an out, and Paulson stiffening up, Lupus being sick, Isaiah Morris getting thrown out on a questionable. Like I said, we don't really know, but nothing we could see from here. But we can't hear the verbal out there. But just nothing has went right in any inning. So there's never been one time they've had any type of momentum started.
2-2 pitch from Triggs is fouled away. Now remains even at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away in the inning. Martinsburg trailing Washington 5-0 here at P.O. Faulkner Park. Another beautiful night for high school baseball. As unlike last night when it got a little bit cooler, it's been pretty warm throughout. Not much wind like we talked about, so great day to have baseball as it finally kind of feels like baseball season. And that one fouled off by Moore and then hits off his leg.
Yeah, he hit off his leg there. Everybody's getting beat up here tonight. When you look at the Washington team, it's like they haven't knocked. We haven't seen the ball hit deep or doubles or triples. A couple little dinks and dunks and some base hits. Well, after a few walks, so Washington hasn't, really done a lot to inflict a lot of, injury or on Martinsburg. They've just taken the walks and the hit by pitches and the intentional walks that Martinsburg give them, and then got a timely hit here and there, and the 2 passed balls, wild pitches or passed balls, however you want to call them. Created 2 runs. So, they haven't really, knocked the cover off the ball by any means, and left the bases loaded a couple times. So they haven't done anything to make this, to really take this game.
2-2, 2 outs, pitch low for ball 3. Moore back in the batter's box after fouling off that pitch into his leg. He digs back in here for a 3-2 with 2 outs. Triggs steps back on the rubber, looks into Asanovich, and delivers the full count pitch. It's a chopper, hit back toward Triggs. Great effort on the mound to throw it over to first, route number 3. So Washington goes down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Washington 5, Martinsburg nothing. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Kyle McLaughlin, Trip Tobin here on the broadcast. Spencer Dupuis on camera along with John Alderton. And back in the studios, Avery Newport. You'll hear from Avery following the Palace Lounge post-game show. 6th inning. Martinsburg trailing Washington 5-0. And Wilt will lead things off. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Wilt on the day drew a walk back in the 3rd inning. Only his 2nd time up. Compared that to Washington, who's now in their 4th time through the lineup, as that one misses low for ball 2.
Yeah, Wilt with a lot of speed made a great play out there in right field.
Takes this pitch for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Logan Wilt.
Still ahead in the count, just want to get on base.
Yeah, you need to get something started any way at all. You know, it's just extend the at-bats, you know, and get it to the next guy and just see what happens.
Pitch misses outside for ball 4, so Wilt has drawn 2 walks and doing his job in the 9-hole to find a way to turn it back over to the top of the lineup. And Hudson Clement coming to the plate. Clement 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout in this ball game. Was 1 for 4 last night. And a very similar situation to what he had back in the 3rd inning.
It's only a 2nd walk that Stoudemire's given up, and both to Wilt.
And Clement fouls this one away down the right field line and out of play.
Against a couple 9 strikeouts on a 70 couple pitches here, so he's working pretty efficient. And he's got Hudson here tonight on strikeout, 2 on Sifford.
Clement digs back in. Wilt takes his lead, and Clement takes that pitch high for ball 1. 1-1 count on Hudson Clement, the senior shortstop for the Bulldogs. Batting over 500 on the season. Wilt takes his lead from first. Breaking ball in there for strike 2.
Wilt got thrown out the last time on the bases. Down 5-0. Not a good steal situation. Not getting a very big lead. Probably needs to get a little better secondary as he gets some more varsity experience. You'll see him extended out there at the moment.
Next pitch is outside for a ball.
At the moment, he's just getting his feet wet here. And doing a great job of it. Clement, again, also doesn't want to be too selfish here with his at-bat. Take whatever he can get. Try to use that speed.
2-2. Clement pokes this one into right field. And it will get down for a base hit. Yeah. So the Bulldogs aren't going away quite yet. Runners on first and second. And Landon Sifford coming to the plate with no outs.
Yeah, the walk. 2-strike, stay behind the baseball there. Just throw the bat head at it, and it landed inside the line. What, a foot or 2?
Yeah, just barely
almost
gets down for the fair ball.
It almost found some chalk down there, but it did find all green inside the line there, and right fielder McCarthy out there decided to just pick it up off the hop there, try to make a hero play.
Sifford takes the first pitch for a strike. With them holding the runner at second, there's a big gap for Landon Sifford in left center field. And with the speed on the base pass, could easily score 2. The pitch to Sifford. Hit on the ground towards short. McCarthy throws the second for the fielder's choice. Runners now at the corners with one away.
Clement made a really tough. Made it really tough on McCarthy there. Making that play, made it a very close play as McCarthy come up clean and made the throw over to Kerr. And Clement was coming in with all that speed. He did get him. It wasn't quite bang play, but it was close. More closer than most athletes could make that play.
So Walker Hall to the plate with one out and a runner on first and third for Martinsburg.
I'm not sure that Martinsburg would risk the out
for the
senior run on the first and third steal.
He fouls that one away. Yeah, I think at this point in the game, you need as many outs as you can get.
Yeah, you don't want to give none away. You're not going to trade outs for
one
runs
run
at this point. This is certainly not a risk-reward steal situation. So look for...
Hall swings and misses there for strike two.
Good-looking curve ball.
Yep, and it's his first at-bat for Hall tonight as he had to come in for Morris, who was thrown out of the game earlier.
So definitely not an ideal situation for Walker Hall. Down 0-2. And that pitch misses outside for a ball.
And the pocket radar down here says that Stoudemire has hit 88, 89 at times. Hard to see that from up here. Hard to see velocity unless you're seeing it from the side. I wouldn't have said that.
2-2 pitch. That. Breaking ball got him looking. That curveball has been nasty from Stoudemire tonight, and he freezes Walker Hall for the strikeout.
Yeah, he's been able to start it at the batter, make it, throw it for a strike, throw it at the plate, have him, fishing forward on the other batter's box. He's just done a really good job with those couple of pitches.
And from our angle, it looks easy to read out of the hand. As that that throw over gets away, that will allow the runner and Wilt to score from third easily, and Martinsburg's on the board now, 5-1 our score. Sifford staying put at first base.
Stoudemire's first
mistake
of the night. 2 outs. He's been cruising and opts to go for the A move over at first, gets away and gives up the run.
Buber fouls this one off. And maybe they try Sifford with 2 outs, but I kind of doubt it. So
yeah, his run,
he wasn't taking a big lead.
His run doesn't mean a whole lot here with 4 outs to give and 4 runs. So it's not, again, the risk reward is just not there. If he can get a dirt ball or something to that effect, or he can be aggressive, that might work. But at the moment, it looks more of a station to station, sort of a catch-up mode. Don't expect him to, on a base hit here to make a run for third unless he can get in there standing up.
Buber, 0-2 count. 2 away. Sifford takes his lead off first. The pitch to Buber. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Despite the mistake, Stoudemire shrugs it off and gets the strikeout. We'll head to the 7th. Washington 5, Martinsburg 1. The Bulldogs do get a run across. As we'll be back in 60 seconds with more. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Colin McLaughlin. Happy to have you with us for West Virginia High School baseball action. 5-1. Washington leading Martinsburg 7th inning. DJ Triggs remains on the mound for the Bulldogs. And for the most part, he's pitched pretty well.
Yeah, he's come in and held his own there. The two, like I say, the two pass ball wild pitches with him and Asanovich weren't on the same page when the bases got loaded. Cost him a couple runs, but he's thrown 63 pitches here, 30 or 40 for strikes. They actually only have one hit off of him. Scored 3 runs, just 2 walks. So he hasn't really pitched that bad, if at all. Just feels like Martinsburg, it just has a feel to it that they haven't played well when they really just, Paulson, having struggles with the strike zone and, the walks as a whole, and the hit by pitch and the intentional walks have created some base runners for Martinsburg that Washington was able to get.
Reed rips this one down the third base line, but it goes foul. I think it's just like a momentum thing.
Yeah,
Martinsburg hasn't had any momentum in this game.
Yeah, they've been just kind of, it's been dead from, they went 1-2-3, I think, in the very first inning, and Clement and Sifford struck out. I think it's, that really hurt. And then just kind of went downhill from there, just slowly, just like just small cuts, every inning, seems like.
This pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-2 count on Colin Reed, who's had himself a solid evening, even though he hasn't really had to do much. He was hit by a pitch, walked twice. So they have respected Reed's ability. He sends a ground ball off the glove of Oviedo. Clement keeps it in the infield.
Oviedo does a nice job there at third,
trying
to get that short hop. It took a tough bounce on him. Just a tough play. Hot corner over there. A lot to ask out of the freshman. Most third basemen don't make the play, but he did take the proper angle and get after it. Just ran up his arm there a bit. Again, nothing going right for Martinsburg, and Washington just staying with the game plan and just trying to kill them with 1,000 cuts.
That one will be ruled an error. So
there hasn't been no real big base clearing double or any really exciting plays. It's just
been mistake after mistake for the Bulldogs.
5 runs on 4 hits. So you don't see that very often.
Yeah, the walked and hit by pitches, the free bases, are what's kind of killed them.
2-0 count.
With the base running and everything else, have to capitalize on those opportunities, and Washington has.
Right. And depending on what Martinsburg can do here, though, in the 7th, it's still just a one swing of the bat game, despite everything feeling like Washington's dominated to this point.
Yeah, but that one swing of the bat has to be a grand slam.
Colin Reed takes off and is in there with the stolen base.
Colin Reed is a kind of a green light base stealer. Doesn't have the speed you'd see in the 60 by any means. He just reads the pitcher, and he's just extremely smart base runner. You would rarely would you see him on a steal, but when he feels he can get that jump, he'll go.
So Smith takes that pitch for a strike. 2-1 count on Kobe Smith. I'm sorry, 3 balls, 1 strike. Reed taking his lead off second, looking to get some insurance runs for Washington, and that is going to be ball 4 as Reed takes his base. So Triggs struggling a little bit here. Looks like maybe Martinsburg might send somebody to the bullpen.
Here comes a pitching mound visit. Could be a pitching change.
Looks like they have Zittle warming up over in the bullpen.
Coach Bo Bartley's going out to get Zittle.
So
I think he's back there with Coach Zarnacki.
Yep.
And he's getting the call.
Just going to do some quick warm-up pitches and then head out there. So
Well, Zarnecki's on the bench. I'm not sure who's out there with him. Zeke. Anyway, DJ had a good outing. You know, he did what he was asked. And a couple of free bases here and there. Ball got him there on the calf there on a play that could have been made. Looks like he's going to remain in the game for the moment as Coach Baller still shaking his head, looking at home plate umpire.
Saying some words still, it looks like, and Keith's just going to ignore him.
Yeah, he's just not happy at all with that call, you know. Get confirmation of what was said, and it wasn't vulgar. It's a little personal, but it wasn't a vulgar term.
So
Triggs is going to stay on.
Yeah. And that pitch will miss low for a ball to McCarthy. McCarthy has struck out twice and flown out in the ball game.
Maybe Zittle just needs more time warming up. I don't know.
Runners on first and second. Triggs delivers the 1-0, and that's a nice pitch in there for strike one. 1-1 count.
Yeah. When you get in that situation, Triggs was rolling pretty good. Then he comes out, and the first two runners get on. You want to get somebody up quickly, keep this game within reach. Coach Ballard went out, bought a little time for Zittle. Spoke with Triggs, probably told him.
1-1. Bunt attempt for McCarthy. It's popped up, and it goes foul before Oviedo or Asanovich could get to that ball.
Not a bad time to bunt. Move a couple guys in, get some insurance runs. Nobody out. You got Kerr on deck, who's got swinging a pretty good bat here. Got a base hit tonight. Get those runners in scoring position. Get those two insurance runs. Good strategy there. So kind of caught Oviedo off guard a little bit.
1-2 count. No outs in the inning. 5-1 lead for Washington over Martinsburg in the seventh. The pitch from Triggs paints that outside corner for strike three. McCarthy goes down looking.
Pays off to keep Triggs in the game there.
Yeah, McCarthy just cannot get these pitchers here figured out tonight. He's got a trio of Ks.
Yep, two looking, one swinging. And a fly out tonight for McCarthy. Kerr coming to the plate. He has an RBI single and a walk and a strikeout looking on his evening so far. So one away, two on for the Patriots. The pitch from Triggs is inside, and able to get out of the way and avoid getting hit is Kerr.
Yeah, ball got up and then kind of ran up. Again, like you said earlier, with Triggs, as he, when he lands early, he struggles with that release point there, and it could be something else, but that's generally just an easy summary of what could happen, assumption of what could happen there when that ball flies up and in like that on a righty to righty.
Comeback pitch from Triggs brings the count even to 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch hit hard for the second baseman Buber. He scoops it, throws the first for the second out of the inning. Runners do advance to second and third, but an excellent job by Carson Buber to get to that baseball, keep it in the infield, prevent the runs from coming across the score, and then make the play for the out.
Yeah, short hopped it almost. The ball almost stayed in the air long enough for him to get a double play there, but took it off top of the grass, and runners were moving on that. It looked like a base hit for sure when it left the bat, but Carson made a great play. Got the out at first, so 2 outs, men on second and third. Broughton up, chance to extend the lead. And of course, you got Triggs here a pitch away from keeping Washington at bay here. He came in, it was 2-0. In that 3 runs scored. Like I say, on those couple pass balls, that kind of the undoing there, kind of give Washington the momentum. Felt like an unsurmountable lead with Stoudemire on the mound. I think that's what we're overlooking. Is these 4 runs are like tremendous with Stoudemire cruising the way he is.
Definitely going to be tough. 2 on for the Patriots, a chance to really make it tough on Martinsburg, as that is a pitch that misses inside from Triggs. 1-1 count to Broughton. Singled his last time up.
Yeah,
would love a single here if you're Washington. The pitch to Broughton is just missed by Broughton as he fouls it back into the netting.
I think that's what's, as this lot has progressed here tonight, a lot has happened. I think Stoudemire's outing has been, overshadowed by some of the dramatics going on here, but but he has struck out 11 guys, and that's kept Martinsburg off the bases.
Bouncer there from Triggs. 1-2 count, or 2-2 count now, with 2 outs and 2 on. Runners on second and third for the Patriots, leading Martinsburg 5-1 in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs. Triggs kicks, steals, delivers. Another foul off pitch by Broughton.
Broughton did a nice job of just fighting that off. It was outside, but the strike zone has been out there tonight. So he's being the catcher for Washington, understands that you can't let that pitch get through and give the umpire an opportunity to call him out. So smart job there. Smart just kind of throwing the bat head at it.
2-2 away. Broughton lifts this one into center field, but Canby is there to make the final out of the inning. Washington strands 2. Bulldogs coming to the plate down by 4 for the bottom of the 7th inning. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Probably.
Yeah, you can appeal it.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Washington on top of Martinsburg 5-1. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin's, Kyle McLaughlin here, Spencer Dupuis on camera, John Alderton as well. And back in the studio is Avery Newport. Stoudemire remaining on the mound, and he has been excellent. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. Be tough for Martinsburg to rally here, but not out of reach. But based on what we've seen, it doesn't seem likely for the Bulldogs to get a rally going. But again, anything can happen in high school baseball, and anything can happen in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt like Washington has been in control of this game from the beginning. It feels like the lead is insurmountable. I think what's hidden in all this tonight, like I say, is Stoudemire's dominance on the mound.
Canby lifts this one in the right field. First pitch swinging, and a great effort by Reed, but it lands in the Washington dugout.
Reed reached over there, got that, got those ribs on that fence up there. But again, I think that's what's really added insult to injury here is the fact that Stoudemire's just kind of been shoving it the whole game and not really giving Martinsburg an opportunity to make their own run, as you say in basketball. They haven't had much momentum at all.
Curveball gets across for strike 2.
Reed's hooked up with the umpire, found the strike zone on the outer corner, and she's been throwing a lot of pitchers' pitches.
Canby will step out.
Yeah, Canby was kind of calling. You see, Stoudemire kind of hesitated on delivery, so umpire must have yelled time.
The 0-2 misses outside for ball 1.
He reached back and got a little extra there. That one looked like it was in the 80s for sure.
Jordan Canby takes strike 3.
He swung.
Number 13. I was looking down at the book.
Yeah, he swung at a big curveball, kind of fooled on it. Real, not a daddy hack by any means, just kind of waved at it, and down he goes. It's been indicative of Stoudemire, this whole game. Fastball, curve.
So his second time being struck out tonight for Canby. 2 strikeouts hit by pitch. Asanovic to the plate. Asanovic does have a single. He grounded out, and he will take that pitch for a strike.
Big story tonight, too, is Paulson, getting hurt.
Next pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 count, 1 out. Yeah, certainly hope that Joe Paulson is okay. So, he's coming off of a shoulder injury. Looked like maybe something with his elbow. Yeah. That one misses outside for a ball.
Sometimes when your shoulder, it's just like anything. If your back hurts or your foot hurts, your body doesn't get in kilter. Things aren't, you don't. His delivery gets thrown off a little bit, puts a little more stress here or there to overcome, another pain or injury. So hopefully that's not it. But certainly he's not himself. This past week or so, if not a little longer.
Asanovic working on 1-2, pops this one up. And we'll head out of play.
Pitcher and catcher come here in the living room. I think if it would have come back down, Braylon may have called him off. He come running in here. It went up. I thought it was going out, but they made it appear that there could be possibly a play the way they both hustled back here.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And Asanovic will walk.
Yeah.
On the 3-2, so get that base runner on if you're Martinsburg.
Get a runner here with Grove.
That runner is courtesy of Jason Barrett, First State Senate, a conservative fighter for Jefferson and Berkeley counties. DJ Triggs back to the plate. Triggs struck out back in the 5th inning. Joe Paulson began the game, struck out in the 2nd. He takes this one high for ball 1. So Triggs now 1 for 2 on the season at the plate. And a tough situation here for the Bulldog pitcher. Not a whole lot of experience hitting this year, as that one's inside for a ball.
Yeah, that last at bat that you mentioned that he struck out in, I believe it was 5 pitches, and not once did Triggs swing the bat. So I'd like to see him get a cut at one of these pitches that he likes.
2-0 pitch. Asanovic takes his lead, and Triggs takes that one down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
I was going to say, if I were him, that would have been the one I liked.
That's Grove over there on the.
Yeah. Grove pinch running for Asanovic. And this pitch to Triggs in there for strike 2. It's a 2-2 count. Grove down at first base. A 5-1 lead for Washington over Martinsburg in the 7th inning. Steinmeier delivers. Triggs did not go around. High inside pitch, so
yeah,
it's a ball. Full count.
They tried to get a check out to umpire out there and just said, you know what, I can't really make that call from this position.
Right. Triggs fouls that one off again, so battling.
Triggs takes a cut.
There
First time.
He
got a piece of it.
Well, he went from, I'm holding, not taking a cut. I'm going to take a kind of a half swing. So I'm going to take a swing. So he's working himself up here.
3-2. Grove on first. The full count pitch to Triggs. Nearly hits him, and he'll take his base. Martinsburg now threatening with 2 on.
Yeah.
And
that Zittle coming to the plate.
Zittle coming to the plate, who we knew has struggled.
And it looks like we'll get another courtesy runner.
Keegan, isn't it? Keegan Everhart, maybe?
Keegan Everhart, that looks like. So, runners on first and second for Jake Zittle.
The pitcher and the catcher have got on base. Now it's time for the rest of the guys. Zittle has pop in that swing, can get this within a run game, if he can settle on something here, make this an interesting ball game.
Ground out and a strikeout. Zittle takes that one for strike 1. It'd be a great time for Jake Zittle to start to break out of this slump he's been into really throughout the entire year, with runners on first and second, trailing by 4, and Zittle takes a big hack at that one and misses.
Fastball ran up and in on him.
So no balls, 2 strikes, runners on first and second, a 5-1 deficit for the Bulldogs. Steinmeier looks in.
Shaking the signs.
Step out.
Broughton's giving signs. Stottlemyre's shaking. Got what he likes this time. See what he comes with.
The 0-2 pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Just went with a power pitch on the outside corner, or looked for the outside corner. Got a little too far out. 3 straight fastballs now.
Delivers the 1-2. Zittel, did he go around? He did for strike 3. 13 strikeouts. And Martinsburg's down to its final out, with Logan Wilt coming to the plate, who has drawn 2 walks out of this 9-hole.
You can, when you can, strike out get 2/3 of the outs in a game on strikeouts. You are dealing. So I mean, Martinsburg struck out 10 times last night against Jefferson. They're looking on the 23 in 2 nights.
Yeah,
that's not as of now. Yeah,
faring well for the Martinsburg offense, as they've a couple runs here in the last 13 innings, and possibly 14 if they don't get something going here. So kind of sputtering here.
This pitch hits that outside corner for strike 1. So Will at the plate, 2 on, 2 out, 5-1 lead for Washington. Stottlemyre pitch misses outside for a ball. Another thing that I think is kind of noteworthy about this performance is he's working really quick, it seems like. The catcher doesn't take much time holding on to the ball. He is ready almost right away. And delivers this pitch in there for strike 2.
You'll notice he receives the ball coming back up the mound. So when he receives the baseball, he's ready to throw. He's not down around the green. He's quicker. You can move. The quicker you can pitch when you have the upper hand. Yeah. You want to throw hard. Now when you're down, you want to slow the game down some. But when you have these batters, down 0-1, 0-2 real quick.
The 2-2 pitch to Wilt misses outside for ball 3. So a full count. The number 9 hitter, Wilt, has kind of been the MVP for Martinsburg with his 2 walks and his just patience at the plate.
Hudson due up if he can get on base here with the bases loaded.
The runners are going to be moving. So this is
the 3-2 to Wilt. Everybody takes off, and that will be his 3rd walk of the game.
And so impressive. Here it comes.
Here's the chance for Martinsburg. Can they do anything with it, though?
Well, it's a good guy to have the bat in his hands. Hudson Clement.
Looks like you're going to get a pitching change. I would say that Reed's going to come in.
Yeah, because I think Stottlemyre's reached his max.
Stottlemyre wants that.
Yeah, he's frustrated by it.
Yeah, he wanted it as he's at 113. He really wanted that.
Great game.
Excellent.
Tremendous. 13 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 run, no earned. Come off that error. And just a tremendous outing.
So we have a pitching change. We'll take a 60-second break. When we return, we'll get you some numbers on Colin Reed. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with 1-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Colin Reed takes over here with 2 outs. Bases loaded, though, for Martinsburg. A 5-1 lead for Washington as Stottlemyre reaching his max on the mound and pitch is allowed. So Reed will try to take over and get the win for Washington. Pitching changes are brought to you by Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Spencer rides with them, so you should too. And we look at Colin Reed this season, 9 innings pitched, 2 starts. No wins on the year, but did have that save against Jefferson. So, bases loaded. Hudson Clement, the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs, coming to the plate. He singled his last time up. And in a game that really nothing has gone Martinsburg's way, they have a chance to tie it.
Yeah, 5-1 game, ball in the gap here. Puts the tying run in scoring position and 3 runs probably score. So, Martinsburg's still definitely alive here, but facing a tough closer here in Colin Reed. And didn't get a chance to warm up too much, so see how this plays out.
Reed missed on his first pitch. Clement lifts that one foul toward the right field line. So 1-1 count on Hudson Clement. 2 outs in the inning, bases loaded for the Dogs.
The defense should kind of be back on the corners, no doubles. First base is in the hip pocket there, over there, of the runner. Trying to keep this ball between the lines, not letting it get down the corner for him to clear the bases and possibly get a triple.
Pitch to Clement. Misses for ball 2. 2-1 count on Hudson Clement.
Clement hasn't been in too many good counts tonight, so it's a good sign for him. It seemed like Stottlemyre kind of had his number, so he's got to be feeling better about facing Reed.
Fly out, 2 strikeouts, and a single so far for Hudson Clement. 2-1 pitch. Hits the zone at the knees for strike 2. Clement disagrees. 2-2 count.
Yeah.
Looked maybe a little bit low. It was definitely a tough angle, though, for us to tell since it was down the middle.
Yeah, he doesn't agree with that at all. The Martinsburg fanfare doesn't agree with it. You can hear the crowd reacting. And Broughton does a nice job back there catching, getting his thumb underneath the ball there, pulling that pitch up. Certainly was he caught some of the plate. Just not sure, of course, from our eye level that that it was above the knees or knees at least. Regardless, it's a strike and nothing that anybody else can do about it. So Hudson's going to have to deal with it and fight out of this.
2-2, two-away. Pitch to Clement. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 3. Full count.
This is a big pitch here. If he can find the base hit here, he can do some damage. And multiple runs could score and make this, a one-hit ball game or possibly.
Reed delivers the 3-2. Runners take off. Hit on the ground towards second. The throw over to first is in time for out. No, not in time.
Safe.
Wow. I thought he got him by a step, but Hudson Clement was using that full Division I football speed to get down the line there and keep this ball game alive for Martinsburg. So a run comes across the score. It's a 5-2 ball game. Landon Sifford coming to the plate.
Yeah, the runner came across on that ground ball, kind of kept Kerr back a little bit. He fielded it and made that throw across. I, too, thought he might have got him.
Hit Asanovich, but he was able to just leap over it.
Yeah.
So Grove comes around to score.
Strike 1 on that outside corner. So, yeah, Hudson just legged it out. That's just the hustle that's in him, the will to win. And now you got the tying run with all that speed on at third.
The 0-1 to Sifford hits the zone for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Landon Sifford at the plate. He has struck out twice and grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. Bases loaded for Martinsburg. 3-run ball game. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Washington gets the win over Martinsburg 5-2. And a quality win for the Patriots after a tough loss to Musselman last night. So we will take a 2-minute break. When we return, we'll have the Palace Lounge postgame show. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. I ask for your support and your vote in the May 10th Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends of Jason Barrett.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 6 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Safdar Akbar, Emergency Medicine. Physician's Assistant Misty Hunsater, Interventional Radiology. Nurse Practitioner Elena Diggs, Urgent Care. Physician's Assistant Catherine Lee, Emergency Medicine. Psychiatrist David Marks, Family Medicine, Psychology. And Physician's Assistant Stephanie Mabey, Neurology. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the postgame show. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Cody's Auto Body, Laddie's Bar and Grill, Trips Flooring, The Mortgage Center, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, the Heffley Motor Company, the Palace Lounge, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Milestone Realty, and by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers.
So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
2. The Patriots improved to 7-2 on the season. Martinsburg has now lost back-to-back games to fall to 11-4. Nick Verzley, Trip Tobin here on the Palace Lounge post-game show. Colin will get Coach JT DeSarno here in a few moments, but we will welcome you into the Palace Lounge post-game show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. We'll take kind of a look back at this ball game and get into the game summary. So Joe Paulson got the start for Martinsburg, coming off of an injury, and he started the game strong in that first inning. Neither team got across the run. Washington gets 1 run in the second after an RBI sacrifice from Wick to put the Patriots on the board first at 1-0. Picked up another run in the third inning, but it was a 2-0 ball game, and Martinsburg still could not get the offense going in the second or third. And then in the fourth, things got a little wild as Paulson had to check out of the ball game. Looked to have either aggravated the injury or maybe has a new injury, so we hope the best for Joe Paulson. But he checks out of the game. DJ Triggs comes in and doesn't do a bad job, but some pass balls after a few walks allow some runs to come across. And Washington extends the lead then to 5-0 through 4 innings. Triggs would settle things down, give Martinsburg a chance. The Bulldogs pick up a run in that 6th inning on a fielder's choice, and that made the game 5-1 in the 7th. Bulldogs get the bases loaded. Hudson Clement at the plate. He grounds out an infield single with a great effort down that first base line. And then Landon Sifford comes to the plate, bases loaded, 2 outs. And unfortunately for the Bulldogs, he strikes out. But a great win for Washington after a tough loss last night to a Musselman team that is a little bit underrated, I think, and a quality win for the Patriots to bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, Washington came out a little flat last night, they said. That's what they said about themselves, and now they're doing a really good job of coming back after that.
And we'll now send it down to Colin, who has our player of the game with him. Colin, take it over.
I'm down here now with Braden Stoudemire, the victorious pitcher tonight. Absolutely dominating performance on the mound. Man, what'd you have this morning to eat for breakfast? 13 strikeouts.
Man, my main focus was just to get here, get ahead in the counts early, not waste too many pitches so I can go deep into it, and that's exactly what I did. So executed perfectly and very proud of myself.
Yeah, quick work out there, and your offense helped you out there with 5 runs. Big win here on the road to bounce back after a rough loss yesterday. Now you guys get to look forward to enjoying the beach coming up here next week. What are you hoping to do down there and get a couple wins?
I'm hoping that we start off hot, we get our 3 wins in our pool games, and then we can go further into it and see what we got.
Again, a win tonight, 5-1, enjoying it now. How's it feel to get a road win against a pretty tough Martinsburg team?
Well, considering the hard loss last game at home against Musselman, this is a really good bounce-back game for us. We had a rough game at home, and we came here and we did our thing, and we bounced back from that game, so that's really good.
All right, thank you, Braden. Now send it back up to you guys while we quickly get switched out here with Coach DeSarno, all right?
Sounds good. Thank you, Colin, and thank you, Braden Steinmeier, for joining us here on the Palace Lounge post-game show. But our game summary was brought to you by the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Company. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. And it looks like Colin is now joined by the head coach of the Washington Patriots, JT DeSarno, so we'll send him down to Colin.
All righty, thank you, guys. And back down here now with the head coach of the Washington Patriots, Coach DeSarno. Congratulations on the win, bouncing back tonight to get one on the road. We talked about it in your guys' win against Jefferson. You guys are the road warriors this year, and another W in the books tonight.
Yeah, we rode the shoulders of Braden and came out with the win. Good bounce-back win for us. We were down yesterday, and today we came back and played like I know we can.
13 for him, just a dominating performance on the mound. Go a little bit more into detail about his performance and how much it meant to your team tonight.
Anytime he's on the mound, I know we have a really good chance to win against just about anybody. And, his performance speaks for itself. His first time pitching this year, he had 19 strikeouts, threw a no-hitter. And then he comes back with that performance. This is the second time he's pitched all year and more of the same. So he's very impressive when he steps on the mound.
And offensively, really capitalizing on a lot of Martinsburg mistakes tonight to get those 5 runs. And maybe it wasn't the best way to do it, but nonetheless, you got it done tonight when it mattered. What's next now for your team?
Well, anytime you play tight games like this, it's going to come down to those couple plays. And, we take advantage when we can. But, we got one more game before we head down to Myrtle Beach and have some fun. So looking forward to that and get this second half of the season going.
All right, we'll see you down there at Myrtle Beach. Go enjoy the win with your team. Congrats, Coach, again, and send it back up to you guys in the press box.
Thank you, Colin, and thank you to Coach DeSarno on a great win for his team. And, talk about Braden Steinheimer tonight, just unbelievable. And he's been off to an unbelievable start to the season, 32 strikeouts in 2 games.
Yeah, 41 outs in 2 games. He's struck out 32 of the 41 outs. 13 tonight. Only having his defense have to pick up the other 8, and just dominating his curveball. They pushing the upper 80s with his fastball, then able to locate that curveball at this level. It's going to be really tough for any team to put a lot of runs on the board against that if he doesn't give you free bases and his defense doesn't give you free bases as they didn't tonight.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll get you our game stats, and we'll officially go over the full line for Steinmeier. He is our WVU Medicine Player of the Game. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Finding the right home can be a tough decision, but finding the right lender doesn't have to be. With 32 years of experience, the Mortgage Center knows how to find the right loan for you that requires little or no money down. The Mortgage Center's mobile-friendly website makes the application process quick and stress-free. And as always, you'll want to get pre-approved before you contact any real estate agent or builder. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing, call the Mortgage Center at 304-267-9040 or visit mortgagefinancing.com today.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
A Honda is more than just a vehicle. It's a gateway to spring adventure. Start your adventures with Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 0.9% APR on a 2022 Honda HR-V and a 1.9% APR on a 2022 Civic or Accord. New vehicles are arriving daily at a local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI 2021 ACSI survey of customers rating the performance of their own automobiles.
We welcome you back on the Palace Lounge post-game show. Once again, your final score tonight, Washington 5, Martinsburg 2. Patriots get the win to improve to 7-2. Martinsburg falling to 11-4. I want to shout out our cameraman, John Alderton. Unfortunately, he had to leave the broadcast a little bit early. His wife sick and headed to the hospital, so hope everything is all right with her, and wish John or thank John for coming out as always, and just hope she feels better soon. So back to our Palace Lounge post-game show. We're going to get into the game stats and go over just kind of what stood out to us tonight for the two teams in action, and we'll start with the victorious Washington Patriots. Stoudemire at the plate goes 2 for 4. Wick 0 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI, 1 for 3 for Moore. Reed 2 for 2 and a walk. Smith 0 for 2. McCarthy 0 for 4. Kerr 1 for 3. Rodden 1 for 4. Dunbar 0 for 2. And then Stoudemire, our player of the game, goes 6 2/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 13 strikeouts, 5 walks on 113 pitches. 71 of them were strikes. And then Reed closes things out with the third inning of work, 1 hit, no earned, 1 strikeout. For Martinsburg, it was a rough day at the plate. 3 of 23 as a team. Hudson Clement had 2 of those hits. Sonovich had 1. An RBI for Clement tonight, and the other run was scored on an error. 3 walks for Wilt. That was a positive. Triggs walked once. Martinsburg walks 5 times as a team, but 14 strikeouts. Isn't going to get it done on the mound. Paulson, 3 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 2 runs scored when he was out there, 2 strikeouts. And Triggs, 4 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs. So only one of those runs was earned, Trip. Mm-hmm. And when you go 3 for 23 at the plate with 14 strikeouts, it's going to be very tough to win ball games. So this is back-to-back games where Martinsburg's offense just wasn't there despite some good pitching.
Yeah, I mean, they're pitching with Buber, and of course Paulson battled tonight and come out up a little lame, and then put the ball in Triggs' hand, and then that third inning, before he could get in and get settled in, his undoing with a couple walks, and the Stoudemire ball that kind of. He hit, kind of fell in the box, didn't run. Then him and Clement, communication issues there. Then he had some communication issues with the catcher. So if you erase that third inning, it's a 2-2 ball game, theoretically, or hypothetically could be. And so anyway, Martinsburg's just not getting the little things. And it was just a day of, constant bad news as they had late scratches in the lineup. First found out that Lupus, was sick and taken out of school, I believe, or not in school, was home throwing up, wasn't going to make the game. Then, you see Edwards comes from the trainer. His hamstring's kind of black and blue. He can't risk injury, needing him later. And then Paulson comes up a little lame. But the bright spot is Oviedo, Logan Wilt. Those guys came in and did not look out of place or didn't look outmatched or outmanned. Played really well, filled those gaps, kind of did really well with a next man up mentality. So there are some bright spots to it. Morris getting tossed is going to hurt the next couple of games. Fortunately, only one's an EPAC game, and then a couple of games against some opponents over in Smithsburg. I think in Williamsport, so he'll be good to go for the Myrtle Beach trip. Or if they play 5 straight days, that'll get them some reps. But just a rough day all in all. Just nothing seemed to ever go well. Even though it was a 5-2 game, never felt like Martinsburg had any momentum. It was such a very blah kind of game, for both teams. Washington did a great job, and all this kind of little things that were going on here and there overshadowed Braden Stottlemyre's great performance, and they just didn't really do anything to hurt themselves. They just let Martinsburg beat themselves with the pass balls and the free bases.
Yeah, so those were our game stats, brought to you by Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Buying or selling a home, call 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. And then before we wrap things up, Trip, our WVU Medicine Player of the Game, we've already mentioned it, but is there anything else you have to say about Stottlemyre?
No, Braden Stottlemyre just battled. He really wanted to finish out that game. You could tell he started to wear down, rush a little bit, they probably let him out there for one more batter, even though he probably should have come out. But he really wanted it. He said in the post game how he wanted to get ahead of hitters, and he did. And he threw the ball well. He threw it hard, and did well at the plate. And he's just he's all around great baseball player. Shepherd's getting a getting a good EPAC or getting a good hometown talent there.
Yeah, great pickup for the Rams, and that's brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. And then quickly before we wrap things up, I want to remind the Martinsburg High School Alumni Association will host a luncheon on May 28th. At the Holiday Inn on Foxcroft Avenue. You may purchase tickets for $25 per person at the Downtown Square Patterson Drugstore by contacting Dale Hicks at 304-676-6969 or via the MHS Alumni Association Facebook page, and Nancy Warren Feltz at nancygen10 at comcast.net. You may also use the form below to complete. We don't have the form. Reservations are due by May 13th, 2022.
You read the teleprompter?
I read a picture on my phone that is tough to read.
Right.
So
fill out the form below. We'll get your money.
Print out the form that I don't have. But we want to remind you our next broadcast will be softball, the game that just won't be played Musselman at Martinsburg. It is the third time they're trying to play that one, so hopefully they get that in on Thursday. Colin and Jim Klein will have the call for that, and then Friday we'll have Martinsburg right back here for Martinsburg against Spring Mills, and what will be a must-win for both teams in the EPAC. That does it for us. Once again, your final score tonight, Washington 5-2 over Martinsburg. For Colin McLaughlin, John Alderton, Spencer Dupuis, Trip Tobin, I'm Nick Verzolini. Avery Newport is next with the Monterey Results Scoreboard Show. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Have a good night, everyone.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardy. I am asking you to re-elect John Hardy to the West Virginia House. John is my husband of 24 years and an amazing dad to our daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
Hello? We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We're accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Talk Radio WRNR studios for the Modern Realty Results Scoreboard Show, and it's brought to you by Modern Realty Results. Larry DeMarco and his experienced team handle each and every transaction with honesty and integrity. Go to modernrealtyresults.com for more. My name is Avery Newport, and let's get into some scores from today. As you just saw, Washington win on the road, taking down the Martinsburg Bulldogs 5-2 was the final score there. And some other scores from around the EPAC this evening. Earlier today, Jefferson on the road, they got the win over the Hedgesville Eagles 11-1 in a blowout victory there. Another EPAC team in action this evening, the Spring Mills Cardinals. They defeated Hampshire on the road 13-5 was the final score in that game. And Musselman was also in action tonight against Berkeley Springs, but we do not have a score for you there. And if I get a score for that game, I will make sure to update you on it. But those are your EPAC scores from this evening. Now let's switch gears and go to some professional scores here. Over in the NBA, the play-in game started this evening. The Nets beat the Cavaliers in the early game tonight. 115-108 was the final score there. Kyrie Irving led the way with 34 points and 12 rebounds for Brooklyn. Brooklyn now clinches the 7th seed in the NBA playoffs. And the other play-in game in action tonight just got underway over in Minnesota. The Timberwolves and the Clippers early on in the first quarter. That game is on TNT. Let's switch now over to Major League Baseball. Lots of games in action today. We'll try and get through these scores relatively quickly. The A's and the Rays in a battle of teams with rhyming nicknames. Rays currently have a 7-4 lead there in the top of the 7th. The Mets lead the Phillies 2-0 in the top of the 9th. The Milwaukee Brewers have a 5-4 lead over the Baltimore Orioles in the top of the 8th inning. The Yankees lead the Blue Jays 3-0, also in the top of the 8th. At the end of the 8th inning, the Marlins and the Angels are tied at 3. The Braves opening up a big lead over the Washington Nationals 11-3 there in the middle of the 6th inning. And I believe we'll be switching to that game on Talk Radio WRNR after the conclusion of the scoreboard show. Then switching gears now, let's go to Minnesota, where the Twins, are tied with the Dodgers at 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Moving on now in a battle of the Missouri teams, two rivals here. The Cardinals lead the Royals 6-4 in the top of the 7th inning. In the top of the 5th, the Rockies have a 2-run lead over the Texas Rangers 3-1. And some final scores from today. The Boston Red Sox get a road win over the Detroit Tigers 5-3. The Cleveland Guardians win 10-5 over the Cincinnati Reds. The Chicago White Sox win at home over the Seattle Mariners 3-2. And the Chicago Cubs win 2-1 over their NL Central rival, the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Arizona Diamondbacks and Houston Astros just got underway over there at Chase Field. That game is in the top of the 1st. And at 9:45, the Padres and Giants will square off. So those are your Major League Baseball scores for today. Now let's move on over to the NHL. And we've got a lot of scores for you today. Unlike yesterday, there was only one game in action. Today, the Senators lead the Red Wings 2-1 with 8 minutes to go in the third period. The Penguins and Islanders are tied at 4. And the Wild currently have a 4-0 lead over the Oilers. Some final scores for you today. The Blues beat the Bruins on the road 4-2. The Sabres get a win over the Maple Leafs 5-2. The Panthers win their 52nd game of the year 3-2 over Anaheim. The Carolina Hurricanes beat the New York Rangers 4-2. And the Washington Capitals got a resounding 9-2 win over the Philadelphia Flyers today. A huge win for the Caps. Of course, we are an affiliate of the Washington Capitals here on Talk Radio WRNR. So a 7-goal win for the Caps, and that just about does it for your professional scores this evening. Looking on the calendar for tomorrow in EPAC baseball action, only one varsity game I'm seeing here on the schedule. James Wood will travel to Musselman to take on the Applemen. No other varsity games are listed on here as of now. So that will do it for the Scoreboard Show. Once again, my name is Avery Newport. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this evening's broadcast of EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Our next broadcast will be on Thursday. No game tomorrow night. We will travel to Musselman High School for some softball action as the Martinsburg Bulldogs are in town. That game will, pregame coverage will begin at 6:40. First pitch is scheduled for 7. Colin McLaughlin and Jim Klein will be on the call. So once again, my name is Avery Newport. Thank you all so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of EPAC Baseball. We'll see you on Thursday for some softball action. And you have been watching EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda of Winchester, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Kent Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Modern Realty Results, and the Skinner Law Firm.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.